Hi guys, it's your boy, the Supreme Leader. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also click the bell button after subscription. Yes, don't forget to click the bell button and subscribe to the channel too as well. Yes, I am trying to notify our group. Yes, so just a second, guys. I'm trying to notify the group. All right, so I am here with you guys once again. And today's topic, yes, Alusi, I have seen you, man. I'm doing great. What about yourself? I hope you are also doing great too as well. Yes, it's your boy, the Supreme Leader. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and comment too as well. And click the bell button if you are new after subscription. Yes, nice to see you guys too as well. Thank you so much for the best wishes to my family. Yes, there are a whole lot of things we want to know about Brazil. I like to come and then talk about this and then share with you guys and also answer your questions too as well. And yes, there is a whole lot of confusion here in Brazil. And when I talk about the confusion, not living here wise, okay? I'm not talking about living here, the confusion about living here. I'm talking about confusion when it comes to race. The last topic was about the race. Yes. Sanusi, I have seen a message on Telegram, and I'm going to make sure I respond to your message on Telegram. I promise to get back to you. I think I responded and I promised to get back to you. Yes, Cristina, I have seen you too as well. Cristina, como está aí? Vida tá suave? Cristina, nós vamos gravar. Vi qual dia que você vai estar livre para te buscar ou a gente vamos encontrar para gravar. Yes, Passport Light, I've seen you too as well. Yes, I have seen you, Passport Light. So the confusion in Brazil, this is why I am here. What kind of confusion? I'm talking about race confusion. Guys, there are a lot of confusion when it comes to race here in Brazil. A whole lot of people ask, and a whole lot of people say, here in Brazil, they have a lot of people of color here in Brazil. But the question is, how do the people themselves feel? This is what we haven't remember to talk about, and this is what I am here to talk about. How do people feel here? Most Brazilians, how do they feel? Não, a gente pode gravar no, como é que chama? No parque. Tá? A gente pode gravar no parque. Nada especial. A gente só vai no parque, igual jeito que eu gravar com todo mundo, a gente vai no parque, sentar lá e fazer uma gravação. So here, some people feel like when they are around white people, they feel so black. And also there are some people who if they are around black people, they feel so white. Okay. There is a lot of this confusion here in Brazil. Yes, a lot of this kind of confusion here in Brazil. And thank you so much, Passport Light. Yes, you know, a lot of my Black American brothers and sisters, they have to know the truth. You know, they have to know the truth. I am from Africa, and I'll tell you to be careful and also think 3, 4, 5, 6 times before thinking of relocating to Africa. It's not a bad thing to visit. Okay, you can visit. It's not a bad thing at all. And thank you so much, Passport Light. Yeah, so I like to say the truth because people who are traveling to Africa, they are spending so much money to go. So they deserve to simply know the truth. If you want to go to Africa to visit, I think it's not a bad idea. You can go and visit Africa without any problem. It's good. It's holiday. We all travel. I do travel too to visit places where some of my viewers wouldn't want to go, but I go and visit those places. So if you want to go to Africa to visit, fine. But if you are thinking about relocating to Africa, think like 10 times before you make that decision, okay? The confusion here is a lot of people feel, you know, like white when they are around black people, and a lot of people feel black when they are around white people. You understand, my people? So it is a big confusion here. I personally, I have seen a lot of people who feel like, you know, they feel like they are some kind of outcast. You understand? When they are around some kind of people. And it's true. Here you will see somebody who consider himself or her to be a different race, but they are not. So that is why I always Wadamaya, I always say Wadamaya lies a lot. He doesn't tell the people the truth. And sometimes, you know, you have to understand maybe he's making some money. He's doing business. So if he doesn't make Africa look like paradise, he wouldn't get money. Because a whole lot of Black American people or blacks from different continents, they try to get in touch with him, talk to him to see if they can get some sort of help from him. So the truth about Wadamaya is only doing his business. Wadamaya only comes online on YouTube to make money. You understand? He's online. So for him to come out and say something truth about Africa, that one is not going to be possible. You understand? He's more focused on getting more subscribers and more views. You understand? And you understand our blacks who are from different continents, they like this kind of story. You tell them the lies, and then they'll buy the lies. You understand? So Wadamaya is promoting lies about Africa, because what he is promoting lies. You understand? We are not saying there are no nice places to visit in Africa. There are nice places to visit in Africa. But these nice places yeah, these nice places are not nice places which are being built by government. You understand? These nice places are built by individuals. And Wadamaya is supposed to make that clear to most of our people, most of our black people who want to come to, who want to visit Africa, to know Africa, to settle in Africa, to start family in Africa. Because today, when you come on YouTube, a lot of black Americans are doing videos and saying, uh, 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 and saying when they visited Africa, this is what they found. This is what they lost. You understand? And it's really a shame that we are not letting them know the truth. You understand? We have to let our people know the truth. You want to come to Africa, you can come to Africa. But you have to understand there are a lot of downs than ups. Yes, what are some of the downs? In Africa, most of the countries in Africa, specifically in the west of Africa, you won't have any government benefit. You won't have any support from the government should in case you are in a critical situation. You understand? These are some of the things we have to open up to our people who want to come to Africa to settle. You understand? So for me, Wadamaya is only doing business. You understand? If you want to know and understand more about what I'm saying, try as much as you can and look for this YouTuber, this black American YouTuber. Watch some of his videos. It's called Go Black. Go Black Africa. Yes, Go Black Africa. If you watch his videos, you will learn more. I know a whole lot of people too don't like Go Black because they say Go Black lies a lot too as well. But if you watch Go Black's video, you will understand that Go Black, apart from doing business on YouTube, is also showing you the real thing. Infrastructure-wise. Yes. What Amaya doesn't talk about, if you come to Africa, you get a job to do. What Amaya doesn't talk about, if you come to Africa and you don't have money, you are going to suffer. What Amaya doesn't talk that in Africa, we have a lot of tribalism. What Amaya doesn't talk that even we, the Africans ourselves, we have problems among ourselves. You understand? So there is a lot of things what Amaya is not telling our people, but rather he's focused more on, he says he wants to promote Africa. So he's focused more on saying lies about, when you come to Africa, there is a very fantastic hotel to go and sleep. Remember, the fantastic hotel, you are going to pay and sleep in that hotel. And also remember that when Wadamaya says when you come to Africa, you are going to be treated as kings and queens. Oh, thank you so much. That social loner, you are here. Yes, very soon I'm going to. Oi, that's social loner. I see you. Yes, so there is a lot that Wadamaya is simply not telling you guys. You understand? Me, as a YouTuber, I have been getting a lot of, like backlash from. I remember in the beginning of some of my videos, when I come and talk about Africa, people attack me and say, I'm a sellout, I'm not saying the truth, I'm trying to make Africa look this and that. Look, me, I will always tell you guys the truth, okay? I won't lie to anybody because I'm on YouTube not to only have fun, but to also share the real stories. You understand? For example, about Brazil, I always tell you guys about Brazil. I've been living here for the past 10 years, And I always tell you guys the lifestyle here in Brazil and how the real thing about Brazil. Most of my viewers who came across my video, they came to Brazil, they find out themselves, and also they share their stories. I think I have invited some of them on this channel. That most of my viewers, which I met, we did videos. I have invited them, and they also share what I share with you guys on here. You understand? So I try to be real as soon as possible. I'm going to put the link over there. So if you want to join this conversation and you have some questions for me too, you can simply click the link and join the conversation. So let me share the link with you guys for anyone who wants to join the conversation. Let me put it here. So I have posted the link, okay? Today, let's talk a little bit about the confusion here. Let's talk a little bit about the confusion here. So I was on Facebook. Yes, I have, they have interesting small cities here in Brazil. And some of the small cities are very beautiful. Okay. For example, there is a small city here in Brasilia. It's called Braslândia. Okay. Let me see. We have some interesting, normally here the countrysides, they have names for it. They have some kind of name they call these small cities. Okay, so let me use Brasilia as example. We have some small villages here in Brasilia. And some of the villages we have here in Brasilia is Braslândia, Lago Azul, yeah, we have a lot of interesting cities. All right, no problem. That's social Luna. I'll be expecting you if you want to join the chat too. The link is right there. Yes. So living in a small, what do you call it? Living in a small city, we have villages, okay? So the small village that I'm talking about here in Brasilia is called Braslândia. And apart from Braslândia, we have another place also called Pirenópolis. We have a place close to, it's inside Brasilia. It's in here in Brasilia. It's called Pirenópolis, and it's very beautiful. We are supposed to go to that village. I'm supposed to take my family to that village this weekend, but we cancel it because I am painting my house. Yes, I think somebody is on. Yes, Eddie, that is what I'm saying. If you love your people, most definitely you will have to tell them. If you talk about the positiveness and they develop the interest, I think you have to also open up to them that there are some things they have to also know to as well. Because talking about the truth can help a lot of people to make a very good decisions. I'm not saying in Africa we don't have beautiful places. If you have been to Kenya, you will see that Kenya is a very beautiful country in Africa. If you have been to Namibia, you find out that Namibia is also a very beautiful place. If you've been to South Africa, you find out that South Africa is also a very beautiful place. But talking about Africa in general, you have to understand that 90% of the African countries are suffering. You understand? So you cannot keep quiet on that one. You have to, when you show individual properties which are very beautiful, the beauty side, the beautiful side, you have to remember that 90% of it is suffering. So you have to, you understand, you have to make that side too clear so that people, yes, you understand. I talk about Brazil. I talk about Brazil. I talk about the good things, and also when you ask me about the bad things, I'll tell you about the bad things about Brazil too as well. You understand? Yes. Abdi, you are here with us. Do you have something to share with us on this topic too as well
No,
about the
I
confusion?
just saw you alive. I wasn't quite sure who was talking, so I just get in now. So I'm listening.
Okay. Yeah.
So let me
So
correct you.
we are talking.
99. No, 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 no. 90% are suffering. No, 99% are suffering.
So, guys, now you understand what I'm saying. I was even saying 90%. You understand? I was even saying what what Amaya is saying. I was even saying 90% were are suffering. But the thing is even 99. You understand? So when you say you are promoting Africa, you are showing individual stuffs. You have to make it clear that these beautiful places that you are showing, they are not beautiful places created by or built by the government, but rather it is beautiful places built by individuals. Okay, let's use Brazil as example. When you come to Brazil, you will see a lot of beautiful places. And these beautiful places that you will see, it is developed and planned by the government. Okay, so this is what we, when you say real beautiful places, this is what we mean beautiful places. It's like you go to the United States. Brian, Brian is here. Yes, Brian is here. I've been waiting for you.
I know you have been waiting for me. I wasn't going to respond at
Yes,
all. I'll get in.
man, I've been waiting for you. So if you are here, it is just fantastic that you are here. Okay, so Brian, today I want to talk a little bit about the confusion here in Brazil. And I know you have a lot to say when it comes to this particular topic. Here in Brazil, do you know that a whole lot of people feel when they are around white people, they feel so black, and when they are around black people too, they feel so white? Do you know about this confusion?
I kind of do. I mean, I guess it's kind of funny. It was a bunch of comedians. If you look at Peel and I forgot the other guy's name, they did some type of a skit. It was a comic skit where it was two black guys who were trying to be the want to be the only black guy or the only black mascot
Hold on a
around this one
second. Hold
white
on a
guy.
second. Let me
All right,
quickly answer this question here. Hold on a second.
go ahead.
Wadamaya is always scared to invite me on his platform. You understand? Wadamaya will only invite people who he's going to benefit from. You understand? So if I go on his channel or he's doing a live, he will never invite me, and he has never invited me before because he knows very well that when he invites me to his channel, I'm going to bring a bomb, and when I bring a bomb, it's not going to be nice. So he's always scared to bring me on his show. I'm sorry, Mr. Brian. Yeah.
No, no
So
problem.
tell us a little bit about the confusion
No. It's kind of
that
funny.
people feel.
It's kind of key and pills. Just like they have a contest as far as being the better black among whites or among their white peers. In other words, they're competing in regards to that. They were like kind of like antagonistic about that among each other. But to be honest with you, in real life, I mean, to me that was just comedy. In real life, I don't feel no less black or white. I just feel like being myself. You know, among my white peers and friends, especially when I used to work, I used to travel to go to work. You know, we spent so much time with each other. We just are individuals at the end of the day. I'm an individual person. That person is an individual person. And you know, regardless, I got along with you or not. I made enemies of black people, and I made enemies with some white people I didn't get along with, or Mexican people I didn't get along with. So I never really felt that otherness, if you could say. Probably due to the job. Like I said, I was in the travel industry before I did real full time real estate. I'll tell you what I was, and I was in the railroad, so we used to spend time with each other on the train and all that. And those barriers that we had broke down. It was between us against the passengers. That's what it was.
Okay. Okay, that's very interesting.
Assholes. We were the good guys, and if they screwed up, we'll get on their asses, or they made us upset. But you know, even the individual differences that we had with each other, you know, we probably might told each other in the office due to certain personality issues, but it wasn't.
In a 15 years.
It wasn't something where I felt uncomfortable around them or anything like that. If I'm like with a crowd of people, with any crowd of people, whether black or white, I'm very quiet. It's kind of a weird type of thing because I don't know you. Like if I meet you face to face, it's like I'm going to be like open with you. But if I'm meeting with you with a group of people who I don't know, of course I'm going to be my best behavior. So I'll probably might be kind of like unnatural with you because I know that I have to have a certain personality among your friends. And, you know, I don't want to project anything as far as being a bad element. Like, oh God, who is, you know, Supreme Leader hanging out with? You know what I mean? You have to learn how to switch it up.
But do you know anyone who has like has really felt black around somebody or felt like
it's not about
too white around somebody?
I mean, you know, I know some black people feel they might have to change up a little bit among white people. Some black people do, and I found myself, you know, like I said, I was in the customer service field. Depending on the person, I just be myself. You know, and people appreciate you being yourself. I mean, sometimes I could be a smart aleck. You know what I mean? That's because that's part of my personality, especially if any person, whether black or white or Mexican or whatnot, come at me the wrong way. I will let them know, regardless of who they are, you're really screwing up and you're really barking off the wrong tree if you think you're going to get away with that with me. You know what I mean? That type of thing. But I know some people who might feel that way. It really depends on exposure. If you're around your community for so long and you're just around black people, what have you, you probably might be a little bit skittish among white people or what have you, because, you know, supposedly they're the dominant people in the United States, like 60% of the population. But otherwise, for me personally, I'm myself with anybody. You know, this is who I am. This is how the way you have to take me. Like I said, if you do something foul, I'm gonna let you know right away. I don't hold back when it comes down to that, regardless of who you are, black, white, or indifferent. It's kind of weird. I'm more accepting of Africans. It's weird how the way that is. More accepting of Africans for some weird reason. I said, okay, I'll let them go. I'll let them get that, and I'll be patient. But versus my fellow Americans, whether black or white, I let them have it.
Okay, so somebody is asking me. He says, "Supreme Leader, do you feel any racism in Brazil?" I think I have answered that question so many times. I don't feel anything at all like when it comes to this kind of issues. I have never had any experience with this before. And I remember I brought some few black people to on this channel, but some of them say they had experienced that kind of thing, and some say they never experienced it before. But I personally, I have never had any racial profiling issue before. And apart from that, how long did I learn the Portuguese? I think I did a special video on that one. It took me less than 3 months to start speaking Portuguese, but to speak fluently, it took me six months to start speaking a fluent Portuguese and also understand the people too as well. Yeah. So, Brian,
Mhm.
you said,
I will say this: I've met Black people who feel they were uncomfortable around whites. I did,
oh, okay,
do recall because we were given a conversation of some Black people who feel uncomfortable around whites. And and I met some white people, something to do with, it's usually like slight little comments, and then I pretty much detect and I pretty much correct them on a lot. I used to correct people all the time about stuff. Do Black people? I said, nope. Don't say Black people as a group. Go by individual. You want us to judge you as an individual? Then judge us as individual according to what we do, not as far as groupthink. I said that's the biggest problem in the world. But I have met Black people who did feel uncomfortable around whites. So they don't have white friends. They only have white people they work with, and that's about it. And that's how far as it goes with them. So these whole social circles is basically around mainly Blacks. I mean, it's kind of weird because I've been around the earth close to my 50 years, 49 years, and I noticed in California it's been like a shift in a way. I remember that when I first came in California, it was like people used to mix up with the clubs with the Blacks and whites and all that, and Asians or whatnot. And then I noticed now with the younger generation, they kind of separate themselves among their racial groups, whether it be Black people, Mexican people. Once in a while, you see Mexican people and Black, congregate at the same nightclubs or what have you. Asian people have an Asian night at certain clubs or whatnot, and white people. I remember one time, and I did, voluntary security at this one place called the Roosevelt Hotel in Hollywood. It was weird how the way this shit went down. It was like by the pool area. This is a prominent hotel in Hollywood. And all the white people were there, right? And, and white celebrities too. And suddenly the Black people started coming in like in droves. Rappers and, I think Snoop Dogg was there, Eddie Murphy was there and all that. All the white people dissipated and left.
really?
Yeah, I thought that was the strangest thing or phenomenon I ever seen. And this is the night I was working, because I'm a big dude, security at one of the hotels in Hollywood, the Roosevelt Hotel. I thought, this was like about 10 to 15 years ago. I thought that was very strange, how the way that happened.
Yeah, but in America, it's this race thing is really there. It's like the war has been there forever. You understand?
Yeah.
For me, I don't think it's possible for Americans to change that. I don't think it's possible because
you don't think so.
Yes, because there are still small cities which don't even come out to anywhere. They live with their kind of mindset,
right?
Since the slave times till date.
But the thing is, Supreme Leader, this is supposed to be liberal Hollywood, okay? I mean, liberal Hollywood I couldn't believe when I seen that. I was just like, okay, the white kids the white groups didn't want to stay there. They just left once they see a whole bunch of Black people coming in there. It was like they felt, I don't know, it was threatened or whatnot, or they felt like, I don't know if they were going to beat them up or something like that. I mean, different groups of celebrities in Hollywood's supposed to be quote unquote liberal.
Okay, just a second. Let me quickly answer some few questions here.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, Supreme Leader, tell us your experience of dating, the difference between Africa and Brazil. I know you dated, African girl and Brazil girl. What is the difference? Look, there is a big difference, okay? Talking about, I think I did some video too about it. So you have to try and then check out the topics that I talk about dating. I did a lot of this and I got a lot of attacks from my African people. They attacked me so much on that topic. And you have to try and then check it out. But the truth about it is dating African women, my dating experience, I will say my dating here is far, far, far better, good, enjoyable, sweet than what I had in Africa. Because what I had in Africa, I have dated a lot of women back there in Africa, okay? And not only in Ghana, but I have dated in some African countries too as well. And I will say the women in South Africa are a little bit close to uh, 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 the sweetness of what I had from here. What I'm actually having out from here in South America, because the South African women are very lovely, very supportive too as well, and most of them can help you so much. So the differences is here the women are sweet, they are beautiful, and they are very loving, and very majority of them are super faithful. And one negative thing about them, they can be very jealous. I'm just grateful that my wife is a very supportive wife and she's not jealous. But my experience compared to what I had from Africa, I will just tell you that the women here are way better for me. I won't say for you. For me, the women here are far better and very supportive. They have that they want to grow mindset. You understand? They don't have that kind of mindset of buy me cell phone. I need money. They don't have this kind of mindset out here. Most of the women are workers. Most of the women are very supportive, and most of the women, when they love you for real. They don't love you half and half. And here too, what I have seen is even when you are unhandicapped, you will get a beautiful partner. Whether you are a woman or you are a man, you will still get a beautiful partner, because here the women here, they look for what is inside you than what you have outside you. Majority look for what is inside you. You understand? There are the ones who look at your body structure and they choose you for that, but majority are the ones who choose what you are within you. You understand? But back in Africa, specifically West of Africa, you have to have a job, you have to have money, and also you have to be in a very good shape. You cannot just be an handicap and then get a girlfriend. Even with your money, it's going to be very difficult, because most African women are very selective when it comes to that. Understand? So there is a lot I can say about this. And the second question is, somebody asked, how long does it take to get a passport without marriage? Without marriage, first of all, if you have the permanent residency without marriage, it will take you up to 5 years to be able to naturalize. That's what I'm going to tell you. So you have to know this, because when you get the permanent residency, you have to hold the permanent residency for 1 year. Then after you hold the permanent residency for 1 year, now you are qualified to start thinking of applying for nationality. But that is if you are married. If you are not married, you don't have a child, you have to wait for 4 years. Hold the permanent residency for 4 years. And after the 4 years, then you go and then put in your application. Then they will tell you to wait for another 1 year. So total of what? 5 years. If you are not married or having a child here, to naturalize, you have to wait for 5 years to be able to do that. And the last question, I think the lady was asking me, let me see, it was somebody was asking me, Mariam Kuruma said, do you have to go to school to learn Portuguese, or without going to school, is it easy to learn? I will say all depends on you, okay? All depends on you if you want to dedicate yourself to learn. I personally, I never studied, or I never went to any school here. I never sit in any class, okay? I learned my Portuguese in a construction field. I went and worked at the construction field because I wanted to learn Portuguese. And that was where I dedicated myself to learn Portuguese. You understand? So I never went to school, even though a whole lot of people say I speak a very good Portuguese, and it looks like I have been to school because my grammars are very good. But the secret is I have never been to school. So all depends on you. Many people go to school and they cannot speak the kind of Portuguese I speak. Many people even come to university and they don't pass to entrance exams for the Portuguese language. So I would say it's this kind of issues individually. You understand? All depends on you, the kind of IQ you have when it comes to learning languages. You understand? But like I said, anybody who wants me to help him with the secret and the tips on how to learn Portuguese, I'm going to try and then see what I can do about that. I'll create a Google Classroom. Then I will help you people about how to quickly learn the Portuguese and how to start speaking a very good Portuguese in no time. Okay, I will teach you a very good way, a very easy way. Even when you don't have a good IQ, I can teach you for you to quickly start speaking it. So don't worry about that. We'll talk about that. And I'm not going to charge you anything, but I will accept donations. If you want to donate, fine, I will accept it. But I won't charge you. I won't take anything from you. And we will plan for that. Yes, Mr. Brian.
Hold on. You have another question now. You have another question. It says,
there is another question. It says what?
Have you met any Zimbabweans people?
Yes. Southwood Blue.
Stanford Blue M5.
Yes, M5. Yes, I met some Zimbabweans recently. 2 Zimbabwean guys here in Brasilia. I wanted to even bring them on this channel, but I have to ask my friend if they are still around, because I met some 2 Zimbabwean guys here, but I won't say they are on their way to America because Brian is here and Brian will most definitely stop them. So yes, Brian will do that. So I won't talk about that. But I met yes, but I met 2 Zimbabwean guys. Seriously, and we chat for about, I think I met them about 3 weeks or 4 weeks time, like 2. How many times? So many times I met them, because when I found out that they were from Zimbabwe, I ever dated some Zimbabweans, so I was interested to chat with them and then know more if I can go to Zimbabwe someday and visit Zimbabwe, because there is a lot of things to see in Zimbabwe. You understand? So, so yes, I met 2 Zimbabweans, and they were very super nice, fantastic guys. Yeah, they live here in Brasilia, but I don't know if they have made the journey. I don't really know, but I met them, and they are living in some hotel here in Brasilia. And I even told them that it's expensive to stay in a hotel because they have been living here for the past, I think, 4 months. And they have been living in a hotel. So I've been telling them to try and then get some place to rent instead of living in a hotel, because it's a lot of money to spend living in a hotel. And
how many times to get citizenship without marriage? That's 25.
I answered that one. I told the person is 5 years. If you are not married, you don't have a Brazilian child, it's 5 years. Right. You have to wait. Yes. And the last one, somebody says,
have you met any Nigerians?
Oh, a lot of Nigerians. I even have my Nigerian friend that I did a video with. Maybe you have to check out. You have to check out my the video that I did with the Nigerian guy. I did so many videos with them. I even went to a Nigerian restaurant. Even today I was at a Nigerian restaurant. I went there to eat. So most of the time I meet a lot of Nigerians. Yeah, for Nigerians, you see a lot of them here. Okay. What is the another question? Supreme Leader, thank you so much. Okay, yeah, welcome. So me, I was still surprised. Guys, don't just watch the video. You give the video some thumb up after watching. Or watching, give it some thumb up, please. And try as much as you can to share the channel too as well. Because we are here to share. We are here to have fun. We are here to talk the truth too as well. Because I'm here with my brother Brian. And he's always giving you guys advice not to not to make that journey. Yes. So
don't go to the jungle. Don't go to the jungle. I mean, you know what it is. I don't like to see people. I don't like to see people suffer.
Yeah, but Africans.
You know, the thing is, I don't like to see people get their money ripped off.
Yes, but you see that the thing about this particular issue is people are willing to risk it all. That alone tells you that it's suffering in Africa. It's not.
They don't realize the risk that they take, and then they realize after they get here, right? There's one guy in Go Black to Africa. He said, "You know what? I will never advise that journey going through." I think he started off in Ecuador.
Yeah. I was talking to. I was talking about Go Black right now. Like some few minutes ago, I was talking about Go Black.
Right. But that guy from Cameroon, he said he would never ever advise any person to go through that jungle. What he witnessed in that jungle, what he witnessed as far as people getting eaten alive by crocodiles. What he witnessed, some people were like stuck in the jungle for many days, hungry, because they have to pay these guides. He witnessed a person getting murdered by not having enough money, getting shot in the head, dead. He witnessed as far as corruption in various different countries in Latin America. You think Africa is corrupt? Wait till you get to Latin America.
But the reason why Africa is more corrupt than South America is
it really depends on which country. Because hold on. Go ahead.
South America, Central America, South America. Most of the countries have benefits for their citizens. If you say you want to stay in that country, even without a job or something, there are benefits. But in Africa, you don't have it. Even if you
not all countries in Latin America. We can't make it seem to be like all the same thing. Like,
but majority. I'm talking about majority because
right, like, I'm talking about most of Central America. They don't. I'm just being honest.
Central America. Listen, Central America. I personally have a lot of friends who lived in Central America, and when they are talking about,
she's from there.
Yeah, Central America. The problem in Central America is they don't like to see another black from Africa. They have big issue with that. You understand?
Right.
Central America. But if you live in Central America and you have your legit document, there is a benefit for you. Because I have a friend who lives in Canada today.
Mm-hmm.
He was living in Bahamas, and he has lived in Texas and Caicos.
Bahamas is good.
And he has lived in Grenada.
Right.
Yes, he lived in Grenada. He lived in Texas and Caicos, Trinidad and Tobago, and then Bahamas. And now he lives in Canada. You understand? So most of them, when they tell you the kind of advantages these people who live in Central America have, you'll be shocked, Mr. Brian. They have a lot. It's just like here in the South of America that I'm saying that the salaries are very bad. But if you look at the benefits that they have as South Americans, it's not that much, but it is something that can keep you going. Don't forget I would
say countries like Honduras, people are on the top rope. When you have gang lords.
Let me show you the problem. Let me show you the problem here.
My ex-woman was from there. She talked about all this stuff.
But you see, the problem is they have.
They don't have. She told me they didn't have a system when she lived. It's like no running water. She had to do everything.
Yes, forget about the running water. But
no, you're not talking about no electricity.
No, relax. In Honduras,
she was talking about they didn't have a system of Social Security there, just like what you experienced in Ghana.
It's actually a lie. I have a friend who lived in Honduras with his Brazilian wife.
So you're saying that my ex-wife was lying as far as her experiences?
They won't tell you the truth because they won't help. You understand what I'm saying? I am telling you about Latin America here. The problem is salaries are bad, but they have supportive system. That is why they have social workers. My wife works as a social worker here, for example. There are people who don't have a thing from different states. You understand? And these people, they come with nothing. And they get help from the social workers. They get them place, they get them job, and give them some time. 2-3 months, they are back on the street again.
It really depends. It really depends on, it depends on basically a lot of them tell you is either you're rich or you're poor. That's just what it is.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. We don't even have this kind of system in Africa where, sorry, if I say Africa, I'm putting it as a whole. In most of the African country, like 90% of the African country, we don't have this kind of system. In South Africa, they have it.
I would say like this: if Latin America was doing so great, a lot of them wouldn't be coming to the United States by the buckloads. That's just facts.
Yeah,
that's just facts, and that's just reality. What we're doing, I would say Mexico's doing a whole lot better in comparison right now, and in comparison to Latin American countries, but countries like Honduras, El Salvador, I would say Costa Rica is doing pretty good. A lot of Americans retire in Costa Rica, and they have a pretty good system there. But
yeah,
and also certain Caribbean countries.
You see, what I'm saying is, most of these countries are good. You understand what I'm saying? Most of these countries are what? Are good. But when you go to Africa, most of the African countries are bad. You can, even if you have the money, listen, even if you have the money, you understand? It's like you are on a hot, it's like you are on a hot plate. Even if you have the money. In Latin America, if you have the money, even if you don't have the money, you still have less things to worry about, basic necessity to worry about. In Africa, most of the countries look, it is just sad. It is sad.
I wouldn't say I pretty much disagree with you as far as I don't believe all Latin America, but
I said most. I didn't say all.
Right?
I said most. Yes,
you know what I mean. Like
I talk about most. I don't.
Okay,
I don't.
I've been to certain countries. I'm gonna say certain countries in Latin America, and it didn't look pretty.
In the south of America, the worst place to live is Bolivia. But even in Bolivia, if you live there, you will like it. You won't wake up and think about food. You understand? But a place where you wake up, you think about food is the worst place. Trust me, Brian, I'm telling you, a place where you wake up in the morning and then you start thinking about food is the worst place. Somebody, let me see some comment here.
Somebody said something.
Yeah, he says, I watch Marwa, and he says he was in Dominican Republic. He said, Black Dominicans don't like another blacks. That one is true. I talk about this. Even here in Brazil, most of the black people don't like black from outside. I'm telling you guys.
Okay, now let's get back to the topic at hand. You was talking about, I was saying that as far as, I'm talking about from my experience as far as dealing with other races of people. And like I said, some African Americans, there is a division between whites and blacks. But then again, with all the different races here in the United States, or where I live at in California, I can't say all the United States. There are certain divisions. There's certain fault lines. People know not to cross. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From the Brazilian narrative and what you were saying, that black people felt they were too black around whites. I mean, what did that mean? I'm just wondering.
Yeah, what I'm saying here is when a black Brazilian who looks like me, when he meets me, he feels he's more important than me. But when you meet the white Brazilian doesn't feel anything like that. That is why, I told you something, that when you go to Africa, you are being treated based on the kind of passport you have, right? Mm. And in Africa, when you travel to, let me just say, Europe, any country in Europe, maybe Italy or something, and you come, not even Europe. Europe is just too much. Just go to Dubai and then come. Mm-hmm. You gain some status too as well. You understand? But here, someplace like Brazil, you don't get treated based on your nationality, especially when it comes to the white people. They don't have that kind of thing at all. Like, you are from Africa, you are suffering. You are from America, it means you are rich. You are all gringo. Here, whether you are from Africa, you are from Asia, you are from Bangladesh, you are all together classified gringo. You understand?
Right.
Nobody is on top of nobody. That is one good thing I even like more about here. Because, for example, in South Africa, when you are from West Africa or any part of Africa, unless maybe you are from within Namibia and Botswana. Mm-hmm. You understand? But when you come from any part of Africa and you're in South Africa, do you know the name they call you? They call you Guara Guara.
What did that mean?
Yes, which means your language is shit. Your language is shit. You are from Africa. They even forget that their name is South Africa, and they will be asking you that. So you are from Africa. How did you get to South Africa? If you know any Zimbabwean, just ask any Zimbabwean. If you know any Zimbabwean, ask them how do they. Zimbabwe and South Africa has a border.
Right.
Do you know how they treat Zimbabweans?
Yeah, I heard about
Do you know the way they see Zimbabweans?
Right.
You understand? So when you come to somewhere like South America, specifically Brazil, you don't get any special treatment, even when you are from US. When they get you understand what I'm saying? You get that normal. Oh, okay, you are here. Okay, what do you want? You want some help? You understand? It's all about help. It doesn't matter where you are coming from.
So you're saying that a lot of Black Brazilians have been kind of like disrespectful towards you?
Man, Brian, I'm telling you, a lot of Black Brazilians won't talk to you if you are Black, unless they get to know that you are the Black who is a different, maybe from Europe or from, what do you call it, from the United States. You understand? But I'm talking about a regular Brazilian who is a mix or is white. You won't get this kind of thing from them. You won't get this kind of problem from them.
Why is that? I mean, why is that? You think they're ashamed?
Yes,
of
it's because
or,
it's because one, they have seen that you are coming there to search for money, greener pastures, and you are just like them. So it means that they are even doing better because they are still in Brazil. They haven't left Brazil. You understand? It's some kind of idea which makes them feel comfortable. You understand?
Right.
So for you to get it, the kind of Black people you meet that they'll give you that 100% horsepower without knowing where you come from, you can count them. But the white people, you can count a lot. Out of 100, you can say 80. I say 80, 98. Out of 100, 98 will give you a warm welcome.
Now, one question, I'm going to throw this question at you. What was your family's experiences in Chicago with Black Americans and white Americans in the United States? I'm just curious.
It's a very good question. It's a very good question you just asked me. Let me tell you one secret. I'm telling you as a brother, okay? I'm African. I'm always real. And this is why a whole lot of people don't even like me. People attack me for this. If I say it, I'll say this truth. My family have been living, has been. My family has been living for America for getting to 50 years. They moved to America. Yeah. So most of them were born in Chicago. Okay. And let me tell you something. That is why I'm telling you that don't go to Africa and feel like you are welcome, like you are Black, so you are welcome. Forget it. That one is not true. It doesn't exist. Even the Blacks from Africa who still live in America till date, they see themselves to be much more civilized and more like they know more. My family always feel that kind of way. My family always. Do you know how they call you guys?
Oh, I know it's a Nigerian term, akatas or something like that.
Yes, akata. They call you akata. Not only Nigerians. They call you akata, and the reason why they call you akata, they don't call you akata with a pure mind of like akata. They call you akata for so many negative reasons. When my family come together for visit, and the kind of things they talk and they say and the way they see our own Black Americans, look, it's you. If I tell you, you vomit. I just feel like it's just fucking wrong. Excuse my language. I just feel like it's just wrong. You understand? You don't have to feel that way about them. They are from there, fine. They look like you. That's their lifestyle. You understand? They say, those Akata people, hey, you marry that one, you are in problem. Those Akata people, they think some kind of way. Oh. So they have been living there, getting to 50 years, but whenever they have children, they make their children come to Africa to marry.
Right.
Why don't they marry the Black American women over there? Or the Black American men over there? Because they don't see the worth of these people. I will tell you, I won't lie to you. I will tell you the truth. If people don't like what I'm saying, I don't really care, because I don't come on YouTube to make videos for people to come and view and so that I'll get money. I'm here to have fun and also talk the truth, the typical truth. I'm here to tell you. So my family is a very good example. The way they see African American people is disgusting. I'm telling you, it's super disgusting. Most of they stay in their shells and they stay in their boxes. How many Africans will willingly get married to Black American? You just tell me. But you will see Africans who are married and they are living for a very long time.
It's usually, to be honest with you, it's usually, I'm gonna be totally 100%.
Yeah.
It's usually the men. That's what I notice who usually marry African Americans. One, I mean, I have a Nigerian person in the family, and
Yeah.
I also have an Ethiopian person in the family as well.
Yeah.
I have a Nigerian guy, friend of mine. His name is Femi. He has a fetish. I call it a fetish for mixed race African American girls. He knows where to get them at in New Orleans, and that's what he go for. He don't really even date Nigerian women. He said he'd rather date the Creole girls. That's on him. I said, why don't you want to date Nigerian women? He gave me kind of like a little BS reason. He'd rather date mixed race girls from New Orleans for some weird, awful reason. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's usually African men I notice who marry within African Americans or mixed race people or what have you, or even other groups, white people or whatnot. Women, I don't see often that do that. Very few. It's usually the men.
Yeah. So I'm just being real with you. You understand? The way they see our African Americans.
Well, the question is, the third thing I would throw out with them is, why are you there?
That's the thing. If you say Africa is a good place, why are you in America?
Right. Why are you there?
Why are you there? And if you think the people living there are stupid, why are you there? Your country, you say people are smart. So why did you live there? If they are smart, why are they not rich?
Right. Why are you there?
It's just a common sense, so my brother. Like it's a common sense. If you are seeing those people to be stupid, and they have developed, and even giving you the chance to come and work and make money, why are you there? If you are smart and you think your people back in Africa, we are smart, why are we not there and we are in a place where we say they are fools and we are making money out of the place?
I would just tell them they contradicted themselves.
Yes.
You've been here for 50 years, but you're still there. Why don't you come back to Ghana and live? Why don't you come back to Ghana and live?
Look, me, I love us to be real. I'll leave the link over there if somebody wants to join the chat too. Anyone who wants to join the conversation, the link is right there. I will simply welcome you to join us and then
hold on for a second. Live says Brian talk a lot. If I do talk a lot, just join the chat.
Yeah. Yeah, live in wisdom. I love your name. The name is interesting name, right? Live in wisdom.
I think he sounds like he's American.
Yeah, he's American, right?
Probably.
I love the name. I love the name. Live.
Yeah, I do too.
Live in wisdom.
If I talk a lot, join the chat, brother or sister.
Yeah, this is why I love my brother Brian, because he brings up more things to talk about.
Yeah, yeah.
You
But
understand? Yeah, this.
I've always been. I mean, how do you feel about Afro? I mean, I know you haven't visited that region years by year, and
Yeah,
I know they practice a whole lot of stuff that we don't even do in the United States, like
yeah.
those old African religions and that martial arts, which I kind of like that. I remember they had a couple of classes here, capoeira classes and all that. I mean, do a lot of Black Brazilians or Brazilians in general, do they do that type of thing, or I'm just curious?
Let me make something clear out here. The white Brazilians practice more of the African culture, even more than the black ones.
Mm.
You understand? Yeah, they practice more. Like the Panana and all that. Africans, we have that kind of culture too as well.
Right.
You understand? But here, the white people, they practice more of the African culture than even the blacks. Why am I saying so? For example, here they have a religion called Makumba.
Mm-hmm.
The white people practice Makumba more than even the blacks. Most of the blacks, they go to churches.
Oh, wow.
You understand what I'm saying? So this is a very typical example that I'm saying that when you come here, the welcoming you get from the white is extraordinary compared to the blacks. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And when you come as a black guy, the opportunities you get from the white is more, like 100 times more than your own black-looking person who looks like you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that look, me, I'll just say the truth. Some people will just come and say this guy is a sellout, but I don't really care. I'm just saying what it is because I'm living in the real life.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, Luda is here. Let me allow Luda to come. Yeah, Luda, you are here and you are welcome. It is beautiful to have you on. What do you have on this particular to say?
All right. Thank you so much, the Supreme Leader
What do you
and
have
Brian
on
here.
this
I've been
particular?
listening to your live.
Uh-huh. Thank
Um,
you.
All
oh,
right. Thank you. Thank
all
you so
right. So,
much.
oh, I'm hearing my own voice
And
back. I
Brian
don't know if it's
here.
gonna be
I've been
good.
listening to your live.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. So, I'm hearing
I
my
think you
own
got a
voice.
double window.
Yes, you have to close one window. You have a double window.
Ah, okay. All right. All right. All right.
All right. So, I'm hearing.
I think you got a double window. There you go. We can't hear you, Supreme Leader.
My
Can you hear us now?
microphone was off. Yeah, so if you have a double window, most definitely you will hear some echo. So you have to, if you are on StreamYard, you stay on StreamYard so that you close the other window. Yes, you are back, Mr. Luda.
Is he back?
Yes, I think he's back. Mr. Luda, you are back. Yes,
Oh, Mr.
Rosie,
Luda?
we see you. Yes.
We see it
Rosie,
first.
yeah, Rosie is Rizzy. Okay, Rizzy says his first time catching us on live. It is wonderful you are
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I think that's my first time. I don't know how it's worked. Like, I just don't want to hear back my voice again.
yeah,
All
but,
right.
but now it's clear.
I understand that.
Okay. All right.
Perfectly.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to say about the topic, that the fact that the Africans, I mean, they are not so welcome about the African American people. The things I wanted to add is the fact that they just have that kind of thing, that kind of mind. The Black American, they are not well educated, like them. I mean, like Africans, because if you see sometime the religion and sometime the cultures, and they don't have the same thing. I don't know if you get what I mean. So that's why sometimes they say, "Oh, we are all black, but we are not like them. They are not well educated, and they don't have that kind of thinking." Like I just think in this topic, that is the simple and the main reason why African think differently on Black Americans.
Let me ask you this question:
Yeah,
Is every African? I mean, Diallo. I think you're probably from Gambia or Senegal or something like that with the name Diallo,
I'm
or
from
maybe a
Guinea.
Nigerian, huh?
I'm from Guinea.
Guinea, yeah, and Fulani person. Um,
Yeah.
let me just say it like this: Is every person or every Fulani person that you know educated?
No, I'm not talking
No, I'm just
about
just just
the.
just, just answer that question. Is every Fulani person? I mean, if you take it in that context,
Mm,
or any African take it in that context, it's about numbers and common sense. You're gonna run into
mm,
people who are educated, or especially if some street hustler in the street, or some kid with his pants hanging down, versus a
yeah.
person who goes to school or might go to Howard University, or who might be more enlightened, if you understand what I mean. In other words,
Mm,
it depends on attracting or finding circles that you be able to mesh with. And even with me, with other African Americans, some African Americans I do not mess with at all. I would not even be seen in public with them. However, there's
yeah.
other groups of African Americans who I do mesh with, and we do have the same frame of mind. Even certain members of my own family who I feel might be ghetto, I might talk
Mm,
to them less often versus relatives who share the same thought process as I do. It's with anybody, even with white people. Am I going to talk to the random homeless person, white homeless guy, talking crazy in the streets? No, I'm not. I'm going to talk to someone who has common sense, or who in the same mind frame as myself. In other words, don't judge people by a group level. Judge people on an individual level, and also find the circles that you do mesh with. That's all.
yeah, but I don't think if you understand the context on what I'm talking about. I'm not taking any part. All right, I'm not taking like this kind of race. They don't. No, I'm not. I'm talking about. We are all the same. We all black are the same. I
Okay.
mean, what I mean by educated, I don't mean like education or the school education. I don't mean it. I don't know if you have having in Africa, like we have that kind of mindset. I mean, when you raise your child, and you have to teach him how to behave on other persons,
Yeah, I mean,
or
we do
how to
have that.
behave.
Hold
Okay,
on.
I'm talking about
Right,
this
right,
context.
right.
I'm talking about this education, not
Okay.
education like it is school education. All
Right.
right.
I know what you're talking about.
So,
You're talking about discipline. I mean, obviously,
oh, discipline. All right, all right.
okay.
Oh,
You're
so my
talking about
bad. Maybe I,
maybe.
don't- I don't I don't speak. I don't speak. I'm a French guy. I speak French. All right.
Okay.
I'm not so comfortable with English. I don't know
No
if you
problem.
feel that. All
Okay.
right. So if I mean the discipline. All right. I mean the discipline because I'm not taking a part like saying maybe this one is Yoruba or this one is Fulani or this one is no. We are all the same. But when our African parents they go to America, first of all, they are that kind of conservative. They are just like the Arab people. They are conservative. If they leave their country, if they leave their own place and go to a certain place, they are very, very conservative. It's like they say, oh, maybe those people, if we, I don't know how to say that exactly. We don't have the same discipline, all right? So maybe they can advise, you know what to do? Sometime if you go, I don't want you to hang out with this person, or I don't want you to hang out. This is the general topic like of the other certain groups. Whatever Africa or Asia, if they go to United States, that they have in their mind. I mean, if you see the Asian, I mean, especially I know because I have a friend from America. He's in New York, and I
Right.
talk every day with him. And he say what? Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. We
Okay, okay. And he told me every time, you know what, bro? Because at this time, me, I'm living in an Arab country, all right.
mhm.
Oh, and he tell me every time he say, bro, you know who is the worst person here in America? I say no. He say it's not a white person and it's not a black person. This is those people who are middle skinned. I mean the middle color. I like. I mean no white. I mean no white, no so black. And
Are
all those people they can.
you talking about mixed race people, particularly?
I didn't get that.
People who are born or who are admixed people who
Maybe
did.
let's say yellow. Let's say yellow. Those yellow people,
You
and
talking about
they can. Yeah, yeah. They can see you and they can take you and they mind like all that is not white. I mean, it's just bad. This is a discipline. I mean, they just came with this mentality. All right.
I would say,
So
to be
that's
honest
why
with
I'm.
you, I might take. I hate to say this, take your side on this one. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
there
maybe,
is
but
something there is something called colorism. I'm gonna be totally honest. I'm gonna tell my community on this. I don't give a
yeah,
fuck. Um,
yeah,
that other black people have to other black. I've been a victim of colorism for being too dark in certain African American circles and stuff like that. And
yeah,
I would say it's real. I would say more so with the older generation than with the younger generation. But I know with Black Latinos, especially people, especially in New York, if you talk about New York City, among Dominicans, especially those who have yellow skin or light skin, um, they could be discriminatory, especially towards, and they are discriminatory in the Dominican Republic, especially towards Haitians. Among us as African Americans, we do have that, we still do, or to a certain degree, have that categorization as far as being light skin is being better, which is kind of
yeah, yeah,
really fucked up.
exactly.
It's a fucked
Yeah,
up
exactly.
mentality. It's a fucked up way people live their lives, or having that quote unquote good hair. I hate that expression. I mean, what the hell is good hair? Good hair is having just hair in your head, regardless
Yeah,
of
yeah,
the hair
yeah.
strand.
Let me tell you something. Let me add something on that. And on that, I mean, I'm a dark skinned person. All right. And the place I'm living right now, they consider you, I mean, as the, if you are a dark person, I mean, dark skinned person, or you are a light skinned person. Even if you are black, you are not among them. You are not Arab. I mean, they consider that the light skinned person, I mean, are better. I mean, they can make business easily with the light skinned person,
Right.
or I mean, on the black skinned person. And sometimes when they hear me speaking Arabic, I mean, they ask what, like, are you a Sudanese? I mean, because those people speak Arabic too. I
Right.
say
Right.
no, okay, and they, I mean, made my classification as an Egyptian. I mean, the native Egyptian. I mean, the ancient Egyptian. They are black. They are here. And if I say I'm not Sudani, but I speak Arabic good, but okay, they say okay. So normally you are from Aswan. This is a region in
Yeah,
the
in Southern Egypt. In Southern
upper.
Egypt.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, exactly. So that's it. And when I come back just a little, I mean, on the topic, like how the African parents or African people, I mean, see about Black American. I mean, the news and the TVs, I mean, are a big reflection of what the other world side, I mean, see on Black Americans, because
Right.
they only shows, I mean, the bad side of Black Americans
Right.
in America. All right, and if you from Africa, I mean, all we can see, like, just like me, when with my friends, we try to speak like Black Americans. You say, "Yo, nigga," "Oh yeah, what's up?" Just think like that, and
Mm.
we never talk. I mean, good about that. All we see on YouTube, YouTube or certain videos on Facebook, gang stuffs or all that stuff. I mean, we don't ever see a good things on black people from America,
Right.
because it's not because we want to see the bad side of black people in America, but I mean, all the social media, all the news, everything shows the bad side of black people in America.
It
That's
did.
the fact. I mean, our parents have about, I mean, saying no, they don't hate, because I've heard the supreme leader saying, I don't know, but maybe in Ghana they call them kata, or I don't know, whatever kata you said, Supreme.
It's Akata.
Okay, Akata. I
Yes.
can tell you, Supreme Leader. Me, especially me. I'm from Guinea. All right. I'm not. I have never visited Ghana, but in my community, especially the Guineans, and I know Senegal too, and I've been living there, and I know Gambia just a little. All right, but in those communities, I mean, I can say they respect Black Americans. I mean, if I say they respect, I mean they don't. I mean, throw certain words on them, like treating them bad or whatever. In my community, if you are from America, I mean, whether you are African native and you went to America and you come back again, or whether you are a Black American, you come to Africa. I mean, I think it's all the same thing.
Right.
I don't know what's happening in Ghana, but I don't just want to. I mean, um, how I can say that, not disagree with you. All right. So I'm just trying to say, in my community, we don't see Black Americans like that. Yeah, about this topic.
Because a lot of
Anyway,
as far as historically speaking, a lot of the good music Black Americans have actually come from your region, from the semi-Gambian Mali region, especially music like blues that started rock and roll. Know that.
I don't. I didn't get you. I didn't get you. What you
Okay,
said.
you ever heard of the music rock and roll?
Rock and
The
roll.
music
Yeah.
form. The music form.
Yeah.
Okay. You ever heard of the artist called Ali Facatore from Mali?
Yeah. No. I don't know the name, but it's a familiar. It's
Right.
familiar
I'm gonna
name.
write his name. Ali Facatore.
Hmm.
He said that the music that came from Mississippi blues
Hmm.
sounds exactly like the music from Mali.
Mali. Yeah.
Mali.
Yeah.
That music from Mali created most of American or the Semi-Gambian region, created what is
Yeah.
now popular music that is based in America, from rock and roll to blues to rap,
Yeah. Yeah.
etc.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
your group of Africans who came here or been enslaved here, or whatever you might call it, actually
Mm.
created the art form people listen to throughout the world.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
That's
I
what I'm
agree with
saying.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's facts. It's facts. If you go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame today, I forgot where state it is in, Michigan or something like that. The big Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They actually
Yeah.
trace roots from that region through slavery, from those Muslim slaves who were Muslims, who came to
Mm.
the United States and created that type of music. That music was considered
Yeah.
acceptable in comparison to the drum music from the Congo. Through
Yeah.
to Europeans at that time. So that music pretty much created the art form of like rock and roll and all the popular music, which is now throughout the world.
Yeah. 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 That's a fact. Yeah.
Yeah, but
And
going back to what you said, not all. I mean, like I said, we do have that colorism both within the United States, with far as you say, the people who are lighter skin colors who are probably most racist or discriminatory. I'm assuming they were probably Dominicans if it's New York. I will give that 85% of the time it was probably Dominicans. But
yeah.
within my community, we do have that, but we also have the reverse where people who are darker skin, which is pretty much interesting, who are discriminatory towards light skin. I remember having a light skin relative from the Carolinas, and I guess my cousin refused to buy some of his products. He called them Oreo, or he like saying, "Look at you with your fair skin and green eyes. You part devil, meaning you're part white." You know what I mean? And I had to defend my cousin because of that foolishness. Because I have relatives, with my aunt and uncles who look like that. So,
but let me tell you something. That's something that's happened to me today. I work in a call center here.
Right.
All right. And today, someone just asked me in my work, one of my colleagues, and he just asked me, he said, "Hey, is your name Diallo?" I said, "Yeah." And he said, "But I don't see you like Diallo." I say, "How?" And he said, "I see you like those Niger, or he said, I don't know which country else he said, he describing us." I said, "Why? But you Guinean and I'm from Guinea. But tell me why you don't, you made my classification as someone a stranger to you, like someone far away from Guinea." And he said, "No, because I've been friend with those people, and I know how they are, and I know how they are, how is their skin." And a lot of people tell me that I don't look like Guinean because what make them think? Say that or think like that because of my dark skin. And some of them see my dark skin and say, "Oh yeah, you are with dark skin, but it's, the skin is light. It's dark but light." I don't know if you know that kind of skin,
I know what
but
you're
it's
talking
dark,
about.
but it's reflect. All right, all right. They tell me that like that,
Reddish
and they
tone.
say, "Hey, look
Right.
at your hair." I say sometimes even it's get me fucked up. Why people are judging me like even in Africa here we judge each other. We judge
Yes,
each other.
this is what
Yes,
I was talking about. Some
yeah,
people
we
feel so
judge,
black, and some people feel so
but
white.
here,
Yeah,
yeah, but here, someone cannot discriminate you because you are dark skin or you are light skin or something like that. Whatever they don't, but they judge you. But the way they judge you is like a discrimination. I
Right.
feel sometimes like this, but just sometimes we are all the same. I don't I just let it go. But if he told me, example, this colleague today, and when he told me that, and I asked him a lot of certain questions, I said, "Tell me, just really, why did you? I've born in Guinea, in the village, and I raised up in the capital, and what makes you? Even my accent should tell you that I'm a Guinean because we have a different accent if you are speaking French too, even whatever the language." And he say, "Oh, maybe I don't know." He just try to hide the question. You understand? It's just a type of discrimination. And if I can tell you just a little story about something that happened to me,
Hold on, get on,
I
Prodigy.
should not tell it publicly, but it's just a public. It can be public. I have been talking with a girl. We are very close because we have been in high school together and all that. And since the high school, it's been 9 years. I didn't see her. 9 years. We didn't meet. We nobody have the news of each other. We disconnect for 9 years, and then it's been a time we have been talking so much, and we have been so close. And one day, sometime when we talk about life, about marriage, about all that stuff, and just one day, we in Africa, we sometimes plays like, "I will marry you," I'm your husband, or "You are my wife," or something like that. We can get babies or something like that. You know what that girl told me? She told me that I'm a dark skin and you dark skin, and if you have a baby, what would the baby look like? He would look like a midnight.
Yeah.
He told me that. When she told me that, I knew that it had been twist. I mean, she told me that 2 times, and
Yeah,
that I knew that where I knew that even if I propose her, she would reject me
Hmm.
yes,
immediately. Why?
I
Because
always
I'm
talk
black,
about
I'm
this.
dark skinned, and she is dark skinned. So she don't want to get baby of father dark and mother dark, right?
Yeah,
So we
we have
have
this.
that kind of mentality.
Yeah,
That's why now I'm living here in an Arab community. That's why I don't judge them so much on that. Even those, I mean, if I speak about those Egyptians, the pharaohs, the ancient Egypt was black. There have never been a white Egyptian. All those
yes.
pyramids they
Luda,
have been built on black. Yeah,
Luda Diallo. You see,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
this is fact, and these are some of the things uh, I was previously talking about. Somebody was asking me about what I think about what am I as African promoting Africa. There is a lot that is not telling them. You understand? And this particular one that you brought up about discrimination is one factor. Like you see, when you talk about the good stuff, bring some other things. Let people know the truth. Prodigy, I see you. Prodigy, the link is right there if you want to join us and then let us know. Do you know somebody who feels black or who feels too much white when they are close to black people, and somebody who feels so much white when they are close to uh, uh, black people?
No, I get
Yeah,
the gist of your
so,
conversation. I got it. But go on.
yeah. So,
Yeah,
Prodigy,
this is
are you there? Yeah, hold on a second. Sorry, Mr. Luda, hold on a second, please.
yeah.
We have Tia. Tia, are you listening to what Mr. Luda is
Hey,
saying? First of all, can you tell us where you are talking from and also your location too as well?
hey, my name is Tia. I'm in Canada.
Oh, okay. I thought it was it was Prodigy.
I thought it was
Prodigy
Prodigy
is
too.
from
Yeah.
Canada.
No,
Yeah,
no,
this is Tia.
Tia. Yeah, I just came across your channel, so yeah.
Yeah, you are super welcome. What do you think about this topic? Do you know somebody who feels black close to white people and somebody who feels white close to black people?
Uh, no, yeah, it's happening here too. Like, for example, the Sudanese, the Sudanese from the South Sudan. Yeah, they are darker, but people discriminate them.
Okay, I think Tia is driving. Let's give Tia some time to
With the brother
station
with the
because he
dreads.
needs.
Yeah, yeah, but I'm
Yeah, he needs.
listening. When I
Yeah,
pack, I'll talk to
yeah.
you
When you
guys. I'm
park,
listening.
then you
Go
can
ahead,
come
the
on
brother with the
because
dreads, whatever his name.
yeah. Okay, that social loner. That social loner is here. What do you think about what Luda is saying about the discrimination thing and also judgmental thing, and also together with what we are discussing today, how people feel when they are around some other group of people?
So, are you can hear me?
So we
Yes,
hear
we
you
can hear you
perfectly. We hear you perfectly.
100%.
Okay, I was going to start this mic, but I didn't.
Man, it's
He's from the
super clear.
States.
We
He's
can
from the
hear you
States.
clearly.
All
What
right.
state are you from? What state are you from?
I'm from Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I live in Pennsylvania. I was actually supposed to be in Brazil today, but things got a bit mixed up. But so when it comes to the colorism and things like that, actually, I have a lot of
Oh,
questions.
excuse me, please. Excuse me, please. Can you, Supreme Leader, can you tell that person who is driving to mute, please?
Okay,
Yeah,
he's on mute.
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah. All right.
So for me, the colorism thing, it's very important. Um, because I had a bit of a colorism thing myself, being a darker skinned individual. Now, part of that for me is there's a lot of things that I went through. Not to say that I didn't like my skin color, but based on the things that are some of the things that I went through growing up with a darker skin in the United States, there's some stuff I didn't want if I had kids to go through. So there was
Right.
this idea that if I had kids, I would want them to have it with a lighter person or a white person, so essentially they can get a better hue of a color to have an easier life. People don't want to admit it, but there are things that when you're light skin or white or closer to white as possibly can be, things that are easier for you. So for me, it wasn't based on a thing of love or anything like that. It was based on a thing of practicality. Just if I were to have a child, I want my kid to have the best friends, go to the best school, give them the best opportunity to succeed and make this life as easy as possible for them. So that's where it kind of came from subconsciously. As I grew older, I grew conscious of it, but subconsciously, that's where it came from, because knowing how I was viewed as a darker skin, you know, all the things that I was called, you know, now dark skins are in, but before growing up, there's certain things, you know, calling you tar baby when the light goes off. Oh, where did he go? Where did the black guy go? You know, so all these things, like all those things wasn't necessarily beneficial to a
He's talking
plus.
facts. He's talking facts.
And then plus later on in my life, I went to primarily all Caucasian schools, and that in itself had its own problems that I didn't really want to deal with. Now, not to say every stereotype went against me, some went for me, you know, with the ladies. Is it true? Come find out tonight at 10:30. but not to say, but then again, but when I looked at it as a practical sense, if I was to have a kid, it was mostly because I calculate things, you know what I mean? I calculate things. So I wouldn't want my son or daughter to go through some of those issues. Just as now with this whole height situation, I want my kid to be 6'2". I don't give a crap if he's 5'10", but if I have a choice, I want my kid, my genetics, my offspring to have the easiest life possible. And to ensure that would entail me being with a lighter skinned individual, preferably white, because it gives him the highest chance of that. Not to say that, you know, a mixed baby don't have its own issues in itself, but yet there's a lot of things that I went through that I just did not want my kid to go through. And to go into the traveling aspect of it, I had a lot of issues when it came to traveling, being a black individual, depending on what country that I'm in. Because as I told you guys, certain countries I went through, they love African Americans, but they don't necessarily like African Africans. You know,
Right.
have this misconception that Africans are there to take their jobs or not going to benefit the ecosystem. I'm like, bro, I'm looking at some of these Africans. I'm like, they probably got more money than I do. You know, like I'm pretty sure they do, but that's not the stereotype. And that's why I tell people sometimes I was having that blue American passport. I experienced essentially what I would like to consider white privileged, because again, when people saw my passport, all they saw was that color, that passport, and that American stamp. So there was a lot of benefits of the doubt given to me. I remember I was in the club, I forgot my wallet. I'm like, oh, I'll come back.
Right.
They see my passport, they're like, okay. You know, but I'm pretty sure if it was somebody local, they'd be like, no, or something like that. But they just saw, so there's more benefit of the doubt that's given to you because of that. So that's what I would say. If somebody else want to talk, I don't want to take everybody's time, but I got.
No, I understand what you're talking about when people, you know, make those snide little remarks about your skin color. I would say my family were pretty good, and we were pretty much all embracing of skin colors, regardless of who you are. And I remember going out, and people are saying, "Brian, you know, you're getting black," and I'm like, "What? Yeah. You know, you're getting black.
That's a bad thing.
That black, but you got good features."
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm just like, "What the."
You're good for dark skin.
Right. You look good. You're fine, but you're dark.
For dark
you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? It's when the 80s came and when Tyson Beckford was out, everybody want to get in my pants. Everybody and their mama want to get in my pants. It was kind of crazy how the way I became fetishized. You know what I mean? And I went with it for a minute. You know what I mean? Being, you know, of quote unquote semi-tall and, you know, having that face, like I went with it. But after a while, I was like saying, you know, I'm being treated like a fetish and I should not denigrate myself that low.
Yeah, that reminds me of when I was growing up to back there in Africa, West Africa, specifically Ghana. You know, that social loner, what he talked about, the kind of you know, the kind of way he grew up. It's a little bit reflection of what I also experienced, and most of us experienced when we were growing up in Ghana. Okay, so when you are growing up in Ghana, you go through a lot of tribal bully, and apart from going through a tribal bully, you go through religious bully too as well. And apart from that, you also have another location bully too as well. So you go through a lot of discrimination. You understand? Yes,
Yeah.
you go through a lot of what discrimination. You have tribalism to face. For example, the kind of problem that I had was a whole lot of people be like, uh, your tribe is a shitty tribe, and like you don't look like you are from that kind of tribe. Like this was really some kind of deep hustle, like some kind of really deep hustle to grow up. So sometimes I find it, like amazing when it amazes me when a whole lot of African Americans talk about racism and stuff like that. It amazes me. Why does it amazes me? Because I see it not to be so much of a problem, though. I know Brian wouldn't agree with me on this. But if you grow up in Africa, specifically Ghana, I think you will even enjoy it that you are going through that kind of
No, I don't think so.
discrimination.
Nobody enjoy when you. I would say like this: when you're trying to like kind of that end of that group, even within your own group, with your own people, there might be a negativity as far as looking to quote unquote African. You know what I mean? And then you have the drawback from people who look African saying that, people who are looking, let's say, the brother with the dreads, no. People like Abu Shur, oh, you're not pure. You're not black, this and that. And then it becomes that war and hostilities among ourselves now. What we consider colorism, or as we know what happened in New Orleans, it was that if you wore the lighter in the paper bag, you were not able to get into certain groups within Creole society. I mean, this is what I learned from a lot of Creoles. There's a lot of Creoles that live in LA. Even among, even among Creoles themselves, there were discrimination between those who are admixed dark versus those who look more, European versus those who are in the middle. And the ones who look more black were pretty much, go back, just hang out with those who are close to you, other black people. So, I didn't even know that went on in Louisiana during days. Now, everybody's considered black, due to, the whole civil rights struggle and all that type of stuff and, what have you. But, what I'm saying is there's inner racism that we should also deal with as well, too. Sometimes we say like a lot of black women complain about that too much. Some brothers say that. But in some cases, not all cases, I mean, I don't consider the woman from, oh God, she was on that movie with Oprah, Precious. I don't consider her attractive, at all. I mean, I don't think most Africans even consider her attractive. But sometimes some dark-skinned women take it to the fact, oh, you don't like her because she looked pure African. Nope, I don't like her because she don't look good. She don't look attractive. She's not an attractive dark-skinned girl. You know what I mean? But but if you have some Nollywood actress, I forgot her name. She was dark-skinned, but she was attractive. Oh yeah, that's acceptable. Or you're attracted to European features. Is there only one type of African features? I mean, I see multiple different Africans who look different ways, from flat noses to straight noses to, small little button noses. They don't have like one autonomous look. Same thing with white people. I see white people with wide noses and, from straight noses. It's the same thing with blacks. But that's my little rant. I mean, interracism among ourselves. That we need to work on that, whether it be in Africa or in the Americas.
I've noticed that.
Prodigy. Okay. Let me. I think Prodigy is on, and Prodigy has been listening to us. And Prodigy is also, I'm sure Prodigy is still living here in Brazil. Prodigy, what is your say on this matter? After that, I'll check out to see if there are some comments that we have to consider and talk a little bit too about that comment. Prodigy, what do you say? What is your say?
Hey, good evening, fellas.
Good evening.
Can you hear me?
Good evening, Prodigy. How you doing, brother?
I'm not bad, not bad. Yeah, no, I'm here. I'm here, of course, man. I'm here. I'm here in Brazil. You know, just from my brother out in Canada. Sorry about that, man.
How are you?
But
have you interacted with many? I mean, because Supreme Leader was like saying that Black people or mixed race people in Brazil don't feel right around white people, and white people in Brazil don't feel right around those groups. I mean, what's your take, or what you notice, or what have your personal experiences been in both Brazil or Canada or even the United States? I know you visited the United States a few times.
yeah, and I lived in Nigeria also for about 7-8 years as well.
How often did you go to the United States? I'm just curious. Or did you live in the United States before?
No, visited for the most part. Visited different parts because I had brothers on scholarships, basketball scholarships. So I would, go out there
Tall family.
to wherever. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I was gonna, just listen in the background, but when I heard Supreme Leader going to carry on about trying to differentiate the cries of racism or discrimination, Americans compared to Africans, and I just had to I had to step on the stage here, because when he starts talking that smack, I'm just like, okay, it's time for a Supreme Leader to get checked here, because it's because I just can't. Listen.
Prodigy is my day one. He's my day one fighting viewer. He doesn't really agree with most of my staffs. Since he was in Canada and now he's here in Brazil. Man, I love you so much. So what is your take on what I said?
Soon to be in Brasilia. I'm soon come out there in person.
I'll be waiting for you here in Brasilia.
Yeah, but no, listen. Just to answer your question, from my take, Brazilians, yeah, I can't really, I never really thought to get into that kind of level of conversation with locals, to be honest.
It don't have to be level of conversation. It could be like an observation you might notice.
Observation?
Right. Like, you know how like you might see certain things that you might. Okay,
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. From that perspective, from observation.
It could be, both. It could be both.
Yeah. From an observational standpoint. Okay. My first time on the ground in Brazil was in 2009. Okay. Yeah, I would say from just standing back and looking, I would say, yeah, I do feel that Black Brazilians and say the white Brazilians, there's kind of a bit of maybe some tension there, or just especially with the Black Brazilians sisters. I feel even when they see you as a foreigner, like I'm talking like a black guy, either whatever, American, Canadian, when they see you coming, the look that they give is like almost like a death stare. It's almost like a death stare, to be honest. Like, and you're like Jesus. In this mode of like, yeah, you're like in this mode of like, yo, like I come in peace. I'm just, but when you start talking to a few of them, they really warm up to you. Okay, they really warm up to you, and then you start finding out that there's this kind of a chip on their shoulder because they feel, or from maybe what they've seen firsthand, that a lot of black guys come to Brazil to get with these with the white Brazilians, right? Yeah, and I think it, they want to feel, they want to feel chosen too. They want to feel that love and appreciation and to be picked as well, you know what I mean? So um
Interesting.
yeah, and to be honest, like before I came to Brazil, I honestly didn't do any history check. 2009, I mean, yeah, there was definitely YouTube and stuff, but it wasn't like droves of content like there is today, where you can just look up and so I didn't really know that there was a lot of black Brazilians out here. And I was expecting, white Brazilians, that's what I was expecting. But yeah, that's what I kind of see from looking in, and from the brief conversations I've had with the locals. um they do kind of like, they get along, but it ain't like there's this clear tension. I think it comes from the history, and I think it also comes from just like current day. Like, they know that they're, black Brazilians for the most part are a bit more marginalized here. And you're watching TV, man. You're watching these soap operas and news channels here in Brazil, and you do see a huge presence of white Brazilians, more so than black Brazilians.
Black or mixed race people.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Excuse me.
Black or mixed race people, I can imagine. But one question I have to ask you, Prodigy, and the Brazilian experience, what has your African American experience been like in the United States in comparison? I just want to know.
Between what?
Like, when you come to the United States, how do Black Americans respond to you?
Oh, like there's nothing. I don't know. I don't feel, I never got any kind of
death stare.
No.
But Brian,
I'm just like, I mean, I just felt like I fit right in. Like, I mean, except for maybe the one, no, I fit right in. No, one time I remember in Philadelphia, one brother, we're just asking, like, this train, where's it going, blah blah blah, and he's like, yo, you're not from here. He's like, with my accent. I'm like, my accent, really? Oh, okay. And I'm like, yeah, well, I guess maybe I do. I'm from Canada. He's like, Canada? He's like, don't you all live in igloos? Don't you all live in igloos up there or something? And I'm like, what?
but Brian, I think, like this brother is saying, I mean, I think the Black American, they don't have this kind of mentality. I mean, they have a negative mentality on the racism against the other black. I think that's my thought. That's my thought. And it's not like those black Brazilian, because if you look at the history, you can say the the blacks are marginalized in all America, but the United States is very, very far different from Brazil or Colombia or Dominican Republic or some part where is black people.
Right.
So that's why. And if you compare Brazil with the United States, you can, I mean, you can say a Black American and a Black Brazilian, they don't have the same life. I mean, the Black Brazilian, I mean, I don't say they are most marginalized, but they have a less, if it's compared about their life, I mean, they are living. I mean, it's make them very stressful, and that's why when they see other black people coming to Brazil, a black African coming to Brazil, they know that they from Africa and they are poor, and the white people keep them poor. That is the politic. They kept them poor, and all they show is the negative side about the favelas or things like that.
Right.
So other people again see, I mean, see them as criminals or see them as, I mean, you know, that's why if they see a black brother from Africa, I mean, it's not, I mean, it's not a pleasure because they have been marginalized because they are black. And imagine if you see a black person to come into another part to their territory. I mean, they don't feel comfortable. You see, that's the difference. But I can say black people in America, they have I don't say a high level life, but their level of life is higher than the other black from America, from Africa. I
The
mean,
Americas.
who's
I know what
living
you're
in
talking about.
America. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
May I ask
I,
you-
I
I
agree
think
with
that topic that's make those black people in Brazil not harmful. I mean, to the brothers from Africa. I think that's
Yeah,
my theory.
that's true because when I
Yeah,
okay, when I'm
Yeah,
going around, when I'm
one thing
moving
about that
around,
thing kind of scared me from going to Brazil. I thought maybe they might think I'm some type of following gang or something like that. I might get yoked or something or whatever. As far
no,
as I hear about
no,
black.
no,
may I
no,
ask
no,
you,
no,
as a Black
not at
American?
all.
but let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You know, I have been watching a lot of videos about the favelas, lot of vlogs of a lot of different people. But you know, in the favelas, the majority of the population in the favelas are white. But if they are showing it on the, I mean, on the news or on whatever the platform, public platforms, they only show black people in the favelas. Even if you look at those movies, all the crime in the favelas are committed by black people. But if sometimes you look at the reality, the real life in the favelas, there is huge population, white population in the favelas than black people. But they never show this side unless maybe you experience it by yourself and you go there and you visit there.
Wow.
That's a fact too.
May I speak on that about the in regards to the Black Americans, if possible?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm over there listening, like, you know, Black Americans. I'm like, what? Oh man.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know,
Go ahead,
I
speak your
also
piece,
I
man.
also find it very funny too as well when they say African American because
All
why
right,
do I say
all
because
right.
of the
All right,
they
let
say
the
that
guy
at
with
the
let the guy
end.
with the dread speak. Go ahead, brother.
All right.
Oh, they're called locks. I had a girl yell at me in Cancun about that. No, brother, they're locks. You can't. The white man called them dreads because they thought they were dreadful. I'm like, sure they.
I would have told him to shut up. I said, shut up.
So to go to, sorry, I can't see our names, but what you were saying about the Black Americans and then in comparisons to Brazilians, which I like to compare it to is Colombia and some other countries because I haven't really been deep into Brazil to really make that comparison. But I've spoken to people about it and they've told me, you know, kind of similarity. Being again, it falls into the dark skin thing because I watched a documentary on this that there was certain Brazilians that they were taking it's permanent the skin lighting creams. The skin lighting creams. A lot of in Africa they do it. Even Asia, Haiti, they do it. Jamaica is big for that skin lighting cream. The difference, I think, a lot of the difference between the Black Americans or African Americans and certain parts of Brazil, the darker skinned individuals, the Black people over there, is our path to leveling to our path to going into the next level in life. I feel certain because some Colombians talk to me about this. They feel as though being a certain color limits you to how high you can go into a company. I remember I was in Cali, Colombia, and actually I was in Colombia for a little bit, and I never realized this until I realized that I did not see a lot of dark-skinned individuals being the front of the business. So if I was to go to get my card done, or if I, especially banks, every time I went to a bank, it was a lighter skinned individual. It was one, and it stood out so much to me that even subconsciously, it woke my subconscious, whatever, consciously to see it, to notice it, because it was so weird to see it that there was a dark skinned lady working in the front of this bank. it was just so out of place for me because I got so used to seeing that. And I think that is part of it. And being a dark-skinned American here, we have a lot more opportunities to not necessarily where you come from. There are hurdles. I'm not going to say it's easy and things of that sense, though, but I think there's a lot of more vehicles to level up in life. Like myself, I run my own businesses. I started with $200 US, and I own businesses. All these things, and I think there's certain places they would not be given that same opportunity or have those kind of avenues to remove themselves from the impoverished. And if they do, the work to even get to even a middle class would be it's just crazy. So statistically speaking, it'd be harder for them. And I think a lot of things too is when you even if you watch like the media for Brazil, Colombia, and all these countries, is always lighter skinned individuals on the TVs and anything. There's certain countries that I didn't believe there was so many dark skinned Colombians until I went there. I was like, whoa, there's a lot more. But when you look at the media too, that's what it portrays.
Okay, so about what you just said about the positions, I think I also talk a little bit about this particular thing. Let me make something a little bit clear. You remember I said most of us black people are quick to draw conclusions about anything, and also wherever you find black, majority keeps on looking for somebody to simply do it, blame, than rather focus on reaching some level in their lives. Here in Brazil, okay, I've lived here for over 10 years now. What have I seen? I have seen a lot of conclusion drawing about positions, job positions. I met a lot of black people, black Brazilian people, okay, who simply say there's no need for them to study because if they study, they won't get positions. So this is why they are not even going to do it, study. But if you are here and you are working here and you open your eyes, you find out that what a lot are saying is a lie. What a lot are saying is typically a lie. Why am I saying this? Because in the here when you come, they look at what you can really offer, what you can really do. And when you pass the school, you pass the exam to get a job, you will get a job. Period. They don't have that kind of you have.
Yeah, but we're talking about what type of jobs and what type of positions.
This is
just
what I'm
not
saying.
Just a job, but
yes,
this is what. Oh, okay.
This is what I'm typically talking about because I have worked with a lot of individuals and I have met a whole lot of individuals too from all kind of background. And I'm telling you that most of these black people don't even want to study. Because when you ask them why don't they want to study, they will tell you that they'll bring that crap. That if they study, they are not going to get they are not going to be chosen to work for what they are looking for. But it is a lie. When you come here, you find out that the white people, they study more than the black people. And you know the funny thing is education is even free here in Brazil. I always use myself as a very good example. I've never studied here in Brazil. I don't even have any certificate here. Where am I working? I'm working with a political party. I'm a black guy. I met a whole lot of Brazilian presidents. I have met a lot of senators. You understand what I'm saying? It's all about the confidence that we lack as black people, wherever we are. Here, when you have the confidence, you study, you will get what you're looking for. You understand what I'm saying? You go to a place, you want to work there. There are thousands of the same place. If you don't get a job in one particular place, you qualify for it, you most definitely get at a very, maybe at the very nearest one close to where you didn't get a job. But most of them, they end up drawing conclusions that when they study and they get the diploma or whatever they get, what kind of any kind of certificate, they are not going to get a job, but which is a lie. Foreigners are coming in to get a job.
But
Yeah,
but
if you allow me,
here's where I'm going to push back a little bit. I hear what you're
Okay,
saying. I hear
yeah,
what you're saying, and I would just say, where are those beliefs coming from? It has to be coming from
all right.
somewhere,
let me make that clear. Let me make
somewhere that
that your question clear here. Most of them grew up because their parents keep on telling them this kind of things, this kind of. Do you
All
know
right.
how many? Do you know how many Black Brazilians I have encouraged? I have told to do things which today they are doing super well. Because in the beginning, when they met me, this were some of the things they were saying, and I told them that you didn't do it. How can you know? But when they do it, they
right.
get a position. I work with one. He's called Fabio. In the beginning, when I met him, he was what was he? He was just a volunteer worker with a political party. You understand what I'm saying? And he was like, "Oh, there is too much of this, there is too much of that." And I asked him, "What does he want to do?" He says he wants to work with a political party as a political scientist. And I told him, why is he wasting his time? Because I don't even have a certificate. I'm working with them as a political scientist. So why you are from here, you cannot do it? And he sat down quiet and looked at me. And he says, yeah, but we have been told most of the time by our parents that this is how it is. So, and I told him you should go and study. When he pass, you get a job. He is now a political scientist. He's making a good money. He bought his first apartment, and he's even going to buy another polo bus. He got his
All right.
position. So when a lot of people come and then be like, "Oh, when you are Black, you are not going to get this position. You are not." It's a lie. You haven't. If you have been with the people, you understand what I'm saying. I have
Yeah,
been
can
with
you?
them, and I can tell you what the way they think and the way their parents give them the courage. Why do mixed people here get positions? They have Black fathers and white mothers, or white mothers and Black fathers, and they are having position. But the ones who are Black looking are not getting it because their parents are telling them all this kind of bullshit.
All
You
right.
understand what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah, I just want to say a little bit about this one.
Mm.
What you are saying, the Supreme Leader, is true. It's exactly like that. But I will tell you how and when this kind of ideology begins. Where it is, we say that in the social sciences, I mean, to fix a generation, it's gonna take you 60 years or even 70 years to fix up a broken generation. This kind of mindset just come from didn't come I mean don't come from them, those people, this generation. It's come from today grandparents.
Yeah,
Why? Because the
this
time
is what
the
I'm
time
saying.
they have
Their
been brought.
parents. Mm.
Yes, the time they have been brought to America. And I mean, whether you are Black or you are white, you have the same capacity. I mean, you have the same mentality. If you are good educated, I mean, you can access the whole other thing. I mean, you can be at the same level of a white or a yellow person. We are not different at all. But where it's begun, when they brought them over there and see that now, I mean, let's say the slavery, there is no again the slavery again, and those part in this country. It's just the example of America and the United States. But they have been told and they have been discouraged. That's why if you take an
Right now
example,
we just hold on for 1 second. Right now we're discussing Brazil. I mean, because he's
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah, Brazil, just an example. I'm giving in America, in the
okay,
United States. I
okay,
mean, I was just giving just a little example, like those group and the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan. Maybe you know about them.
right.
Why those group have been created is because of they don't want the black people have the same right. This begins. I mean, this discouragement begins by a physic forms. They have been threatened to death or everything. I don't know if Brian, you have heard about the Black Wall Street. Did you
Oh yeah,
hear about
definitely,
this
oh,
history?
definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
for us in the
The-
United States, it's been more of actually the KKK encouraged us to fight back.
Man,
I
yeah,
mean,
the
yeah.
whole thing,
And now this and
Buddha,
Brazil and
Buddha,
yeah, and
Buddha.
Brazil,
See,
yes,
the fact about here is here the
yeah,
opportunities and the advantages are huge. And here, each and every single family has black. Each and every single family has white. It's not like the US where you can get a group of family who the whole of them are white or who the whole of them are black. Here is super different. Here they
yeah.
say you
but
should
they
just
still do suffer from
study.
discrimination, though.
That
Yes,
that I
you should
was
just
trying.
show what you can do. Then
Yes,
they can give you
I'm
the
trying.
position.
Let the
I'm
guys
just trying
finish.
to say, yeah, yeah. I'm just trying to say this is a generation problem. Just saying, sitting down and saying, even if I study, I will not get a good job. That's a lie. That's a lack of mentality.
A
That's a
big
lack of
lie.
mentality. But it
A
didn't
big
come
lie.
from them. It came from their parent because their parents have been threatened physically and they have been, I mean, discouraged physically, and then they keep that mentality in their head that until now, even I'm black or even if I do this thing well, they cannot see it as normal. They will see it just as a
Okay,
black
but
man did this
I
thing or
okay.
that thing.
Hold on, hold
That
on,
is a
hold on.
lack of
Like,
mentality. Yeah.
here's the thing. All this, I hear what everybody's saying, and I'm not gonna really, push back on that because yeah, there's some validity to that for sure. But let's call a spade a spade. I like to call what I see, right? And like I said at the very beginning when I came on the call, uh, when I turn on the TV here in Brazil, and I'm flipping through my 300 plus channel package, okay, uh, I see, I see what I see. I don't see the same representation that y'all are talking about. Okay, are you trying to tell me that there are no talented, there are no skillful, studied, black African Brazilian that can report the news or that can be in these soap opera dramas and movies? You know what I mean?
Yo,
Because you don't,
You
we don't
didn't
see
maybe
them.
you are in
You don't
relax,
Brazil.
see them,
relax.
brother Supreme.
You didn't understand what I said here. Most of these people don't push to get that level. They
Yeah,
don't do it.
yeah.
So if you don't see them, it doesn't mean that we don't have them. We have them, but they don't push to get to that level. You
You know
understand
what I
what I'm
think?
saying?
You know what I think is the problem is
Yeah.
this: the difference. I mean, there's a powerful difference between the United States and Brazil. Brazil promoted itself to be a racial democracy, which in reality is not. Or colorism democracy, which in reality is not, because they have favoritism between the lighter versus the darker. Let's be real. Whereas the United States, okay, due to our one-drop nature in this country, even if
Yeah.
you did look, God, I hate to say it, people like Adam Clayton Powell, who was considered the first black House of Representative, but he looked like a white guy. But due to the fact he had black blood, it was that strict, demarcation mark. If you have one drop of black blood, you are black. And it kind of created among black and admixed people a unity as far as fighting the system, creating our own institutions, as far as you know, the brother with the dreads know, the HBCs, colleges, and universities, creating what the gentleman was talking about, a Black Wall Street. Facilitated because we were being shut out and we had to create a niche of our own. Whereas in Brazil, the blacks and mixed race people in Brazil, they were always taught, as far as this is being a mixed racial, as far as democracy, and it's not due to my personal stuff. due to my race, but it's due to something else. But in some respect, I'm not saying all cases, but the reality is totally different, and which is pretty much studied by a lot of sociologists throughout the time. And also, we have to take into consideration Brazil was the last country in the Americas that freed their slaves, whether black or mixed race people, in 1888. In the United States, it was 1865. Brazil was 1888, and it tells a lot. And they didn't develop those systems because they were under illusion or under that spell that everyone is equal, but in reality, it says something else. And due to the fact that during the 1920s and 30s, that they imported a lot of Europeans to Brazil to kind of like whiten up the country, it tells a lot. It says a lot right there. And that happened through, a lot of different Latin American countries as well, too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fact. But let me just add too, because when sometimes, no, it's gonna be just a little bit out of topic. When sometimes, if you see in the United States, they tell you, if you are black, they tell you African American. It's a thing that I think nobody should accept that, or because all those white people came from Europe, or yeah, they all came from Europe, and the time between the white people and black people in America is just 16 years. 16 years the white people came to America, and 16 years when they came 16 years later they brought black people in America. If they start to say African American, they should be called to European American.
Actually, some of them actually call themselves that, or they use terms like WASP. This is the quote unquote the top level white people, white Anglo-Saxon,
yeah, Anglo-Saxon, yeah,
right, versus the Guineas, Italians, and stuff like that. It used to be like among whites here a division, back in the day, especially when the Irish came here, they were considered like, no good, or like very, very poor. In other words, stupid. And then later on, as things started changing, they got into whiteness, or the white.
Yeah, I was about to ask you something too, Brian. Especially when you have been living. I don't know. You have been living. Are you born in America?
Yeah, I was born in the United States.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What I see. No, not what African. I see. What I heard about. I didn't get you. What I say. A lot of people say that people in America, especially, let's say even white people. If you say you are, if you see you as a black, and they will not consider you, until they know that you are not a black American or you are from Africa. I don't know if it's a fact or it's just a something
by looking
like
at your picture. By looking at your picture, people will automatically assume, and also Supreme Leader. I told him he's within our diversity. He's one of us. People won't know whether he's from here or not, or him's prodigy. People like a South Sudanese person, or even Guatemala to a certain degree, people would know right away.
Can they tell?
I heard about this because even someone told me that if they see you, they will not consider you until you are African. But why I'm saying that, because maybe they're gonna think that you are African, you are coming here in America. Maybe you are let's not say a refugee, but you are an economic. Migrant. You are someone who really are not in that kind of doing. Things like troubles or things that you know what I mean. I don't know if it's a fact or I don't know.
If I understand your question correctly, maybe the guy with the dreads would say be able to answer it as well. If you come near the United States and if you don't talk, we won't even know who you are, really. Especially if you kind of dress like us and do certain things, we probably will not know.
There's a certain movement. Is it like there's certain people from the States have a different swag? like they call it swag, a different movement than people from Africa. Just there's a different movement.
Absolutely.
There's very much a different movement, and it's because I noticed it. I like, it's people,
Oh yeah, same here.
it's the same thing people
Yeah.
go,
Yeah.
there's a they move differently. The way they position their hands, everything about it is a bit of a difference. It is a bit of a
Yeah.
difference. Even when
Yeah,
they
you know,
come,
Brian.
even after they,
Yeah,
let's say they came here at the age of 15, even still then, when even the conversion is still there. They're still there. Even the skin color, because it's different. Because there's a skin color that's been, it's just different.
It really depends on African group. I mean, I met.
It does, but for the most part, yeah, I can tell. I can tell.
I mean, like for example,
No.
I know a lot of I would say Nigerian Igbos, especially those who've been born here. You can't tell. Some Northern Sudanese, from North Sudanese, from Sudan, you definitely can't tell whether they're African American or what have you. The ones I met in California.
I'm not necessarily.
Yeah, you know, Brian. I have a friend. He's living in New York. I've been living in New York, but now he just moved to Ohio at this time. He moved in America in 2000. I know 2040.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he's there, but after going to the United States, he could speak English. Like it's just he just had that my level in English. All right, and when he went to America at this time, and he tell me it's been a moment when he talk or when he speak to someone, and he ask him, "Oh, where you from?" So he tell me, if you are in New York, especially in New York, and when you speak, and that person who you speak, who you're speaking to, and asks you where you from, just know that your accent is not perfect. So, and he tell me now, your accent is not perfect, and they know that you are not from America. And now he told me, I don't, I mean, I'm not, like he speak English perfectly. He speak perfectly, and he tell me now, if he starts speaking with people, they never notice that he's from Africa. They never know that until one day he dressed up. You know, I don't know if you know that kind of t-shirt, Addis Ababa.
Yeah, the
It's from, yes.
natural.
He dressed up.
chart,
Yeah, he dressed up like this. And when he go to his work, and everybody notice this guy is African. He from Africa, and they couldn't believe it. And now they speak. I mean, they started changing them. I mean, oh, he's African. Well, he's not American. I mean, everything changed. And he told me that he didn't know why, but people, they took him like American and Native American. But
And he moved
I don't
there.
know.
He moved to New York from Africa.
Yeah, he moved straight from Africa to New York.
And how
Yeah,
old was
but
he? Like he was a teenager, or he was a grown man, or how
no,
old?
he was adult. He was adult because he
Oh,
didn't
okay.
finish the university before going there. So he was
Gotcha.
adult. Yeah, but he told me there are a lot of people in America who's from Africa, but they just don't try to change the accent. I mean, the first word they tell you, you can notice that they are not from here. They're from Africa. So he told me that, but I definitely believe, because why? Because when I speak to him, I sometimes I even don't understand. Like he speaks so fast, and he speaks perfectly, because even before moving here, he speaks English very, very good. He is a self-taught in English, just like me too. All that English, all that the vocabulary that you hear I say here, nobody teach me English. Nobody. Even at school, we all speak French.
I kind of
So
chuckle too when I meet some. Excuse me. I kind of chuckle too when I meet certain Africans when they say, I said, "Where are you from?" And they say, "I'm from Africa." I'm like, "Okay, dude." I said, "You think I'm a fool?" I said, "What country are you from in Africa?" And he said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Africa consists of 54 countries, bro. What country are you from?" Then they specify which country they're from. They were like, "How do you know?" I'm like, I studied geography in class.
yeah, but yeah,
What's
that's
my
the
brother with the braids? He was trying to ask a question. I'm
mm,
curious to hear what he was gonna say.
You're the guy with the braids.
Yeah, Mr. That's Social Loner.
Social loner.
Yes.
What's going on, guys? Give me a second. One of my computers is messing up.
All right. So, like I
Oh.
was saying, I think Social Loner was talking about the swag too as well. But I think talking about the swag, yeah, I think it's something too that it makes people quickly recognize who is who. You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah,
I agree with that.
But some of us know swag too as well. You know, like some of us from Africa really know swag. And
I have a
love
feeling you know.
No, just
You know,
if you take for example my country, we all dress like Americans. Like we say, oh, Americans. We all have this kind of look. We just want to look like American. Everybody. So
yeah,
if you
but you
dress
know,
up to go into
when you talk about,
to the
yeah,
night,
you know, the swag.
It's kind of funny because a lot of African Americans kind of like discourage that. It's kind of like it's if you look at a lot of platforms nowadays, if you go Black or what have you, it's kind of like a pushback because he was kind of critical of the people up in Botswana as far as dressing like African Americans, and he was just like, "Where's your African attire?" and this and that, and you know, and seeing how I guess modern and up to date Botswana was.
Talking about Go Black, you know, Go Black.
He's a good guy. I like him.
Yeah, I like his videos, but sometimes he looks like he's doing so much business than showing the real thing. You know, the ideology. If the is that kind of stereotype, Black stereotype from America, like when you are African, you should just look African, and you know you just have to do your things like you know, African, and you know, he's that kind of person. I remember I watched one of his videos. He was like, "No, I don't want to be around white people, blah blah blah." And within a few weeks, he was in the United States, and he was in a what do you call it? In a white restaurant. Not even in the United States. He was in Kenya, and he was eating all around white people. And you know, it's funny because he was saying if there are white people in a restaurant or someplace, he doesn't want to go there to eat, blah blah blah. And he was, you know, how he does his videos live,
Yeah,
and he's working and talking. And he entered there. There were many white people, and he was there with them. So I was like, what, you know? And apart from that, some weeks later, I saw him vlogging on the street in I don't know if it was New York or he's from some town like that. He was in that town and was vlogging, and he went to what do you call it? He went to one what do you call it?
With a lot of homeless people.
Yeah, no, he went to one restaurant with a lot of white people and was even happy going there to eat and stuff like that. I was like, this guy is playing with our mind. You know, yeah, you know, you have to be real a little bit. You know, like
I like Gold Black, so I can't say nothing about the brother.
No, I like his
but
videos.
you can voice your criticism. It's fine.
Yeah, I like his videos because his videos, he shows you the real thing. You understand? He doesn't do like the way Wadamaya will go and then film somebody's hotel, individual hotel. You understand? And then he will come and then tell Black Americans that, hey, when you come to Africa, you're going to be treated like queens and kings, and these are the places you are going to be sleeping as if it's free. You understand? I like Go Black videos because those of his videos can help our brothers and sisters who want to relocate to Africa to really decide if they really want. You understand what I'm saying? So this is why I like Go Black's videos. Not what he's saying, but then he's showing the real thing around. Yeah, you can talk. Let me mute my microphone.
I mean, how do you feel about what Prodigy said, a lack of representation, and then we're going back to Brazil, of Blacks or mixed race people in the media in comparison to white Brazilians? Whereas in the United States, you see kind of representation, especially in our news media, among all groups.
Okay, so
Black, white, Asian, Hispanics, it depends on the regions or population density. You know, that type of issue, that the lack of representation there. How do you feel about that?
So the question is to me, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Look, here in Brasilia, for example, when you watch TV news and stuff like that, you see people of color, and also you see black people, on TV. You understand what I'm saying? You see black people on TV when you watch news here in Brasilia. So, like I said, the lady, she did her homework and she's there. She's working as a newscaster. You understand? She's working as a journalist. She's working for the TV station, Global. You understand? So, what majority of the black people say about their job positions and stuff like that, I'm telling you that it is a lie, because I personally know and have talked to a lot, and what they always say, and I've spoken to even their parents. There is one lady who works at a supermarket. She was once a cashier in a bank, and she wasn't a government worker, so it's a contract. You go there, you get a contract, you work for some time, and then when the contract finishes, then you do what? Then you leave. And I met her, we were talking, I was asking her, so if she was working at the bank as a cashier on a contract, why didn't she look for something permanent within that section to work, to do? You know what she says? She says they need some other qualifications, so she doesn't have time to go and study that. And moreover, when she believes that when she study and even pass what she gets the kind of grade they want, they won't give her that position. And I was like, they gave you a contract, you work for 4 years. So what makes you think that if you present another certificate, which is what they are looking for, they won't give you the position? Meanwhile, they are looking for those kind of workers. You understand what I'm saying? So, and this lady is a black lady. I won't simply consider her black, because when she's with us, black people, she looks white. You understand? So,
Right.
So, like I was saying, some people look black. Yeah, so people look white when they are with us, and when they are with the white people,
I understand.
you understand? So, so most of this trouble about job positions in Colombia and Brazil, blah blah blah, is because our black people are quick to draw conclusions. You understand what I'm saying? In fairness, black people hold a lot of positions. Don't you have even the racial discrimination in the USA is 100% red? Everybody knows it. You understand what I'm saying? Yes.
You know what I
Except for
think
you,
is in the United States is a lot.
except for Supreme Leader.
Yes.
I mean, hold on. The guy in the dress had something to say. I mean, with
Okay, let me
the
keep
locks.
quiet.
They call it locks now,
Yeah,
right?
you can talk.
That's a PC thing to say.
Can we still call them dreads, or is it
We call
locks
them
now?
dreads or locks.
Yeah, no, this one is
It's dreadlocks,
locks.
man.
No, this one is locks, because this one is
It's
long.
a
The
Rasta.
thing to
short
say
ones
now.
are-
It's Rasta.
Yeah.
The lock.
So the
This is
long ones
Rasta.
are
Wait,
yeah.
are you
locks.
guys freezing?
The long one.
I think you're freezing.
I'm freezing. What about
No,
now?
you're not
Can you hear
freezing.
me?
No, the guy with the locks is.
Yeah, he's frozen.
Okay, yeah, I think he's frozen. Yeah. So
You got a Supreme Leader. Sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt, but I think it would be a good idea to have on the panel like at least one black local Brazilian. I'm sure you in the 10 years you must have run into like one or two that are fluent.
Not one or two. The ones who look like me. The real black who looks like me. I had a lot of them. Like the last one, let me see. What is his name?
That speak English?
He speaks English. His name is Philip. And I was like,
Okay.
Philip, what are you doing here? Yes. And he was like, why are you not studying to become somebody? He gave me that same crap. I kept on saying, Philip, just try and start something. He's not ready to do it. He doesn't want to do it. And when you see this guy, he's clever, he's smart, he can do something within. The guy don't even know how to talk to women.
What?
He doesn't even know how to talk to women.
I mean,
So, like,
Brazil supposed to be the place of, I hate to say the
I'm
stereotype, the
telling
place
you,
of sex.
when he sees the way I talk to the women and play with the women, he's like,
Right.
how do you do that? Like, I'm like, you are putting yourself in a box. You don't want to leave that box. So that is why you are what you are. He speaks English. Look, the guy is fantastic. I'm telling you guys, but he doesn't want to give himself that. Yeah, you understand? Push himself to that limit of getting something, because I believe and trust that if he goes after something, you get it, and people like him.
Wow.
Trust me, like why people like him, like he's like all the time. Some people even call him to come and teach them something and blah blah blah. I was like, Philip, are you okay? The guy is using a Windows phone. You know, I was like, why are you using a Windows phone whilst you can use what do you call it, an Android? And he's using the other Windows too.
Lumia, Nokia.
No, on the computer there's another window which is not Windows. Linux.
XP, Linux. Okay, Linux.
Yeah, he is it Linux? Yeah, that one which can.
Yeah, this is a kind of
some crazy
system.
Some crazy firmware. I don't know. I was like, your mindset is typically something else, and he's using a computer. He cannot even use Skype on his computer because of the Linux that he's using. I was like, so you will understand that a lot of these problems is from them, because I have met a lot of black people who look like. There is one Brazilian speaker of parliament. Yeah, he was a speaker. He's a black man just like me. You understand what I'm saying? He even resigned because he was a speaker for a long time. You understand what I'm saying? And
yeah, it would be good to have them on the panel to hear their views right from them, because we're all, even yourself, I know you've been living here 10 years plus, but we're still foreigners for the most part. We're looking in from the outside, but it would be great to hear from like these black Brazilians born and raised,
especially an educated one too. That'd be great.
Yeah, that can shed some light on what we're talking about, the representation or the job opportunities and things like that. And just I'm curious
about that weird death stare you've been experiencing. I don't want to experience that shit.
Yeah, but if you're in Brazil, you won't feel what you feel in the US. That one is for fact. Like if you are in Brazil,
it's just an approach.
Like me, if you are like me, forget, you won't even know what is called racism, because me, I've been living here for the past 10 years, and I brought some other people on the channel, you remember, and I asked them, they say they were black people too from here. They were not foreigners, they were black from here, and they say they have never had any racial problems. If you go through my videos.
I remember that girl saying.
You remember, right? Yeah. So it is something that most I always like to classify most, because most are the word. Most of these black people, they limit themselves, and apart from limiting themselves, they trying to smell problems everywhere. When they are on a bus, they are on a metro, they are walking on the street, they are in schools, they are looking for somebody to blame. You understand?
Hey, Brother Supreme, question. Okay, like Brian was just saying, he doesn't want to feel that death stare, as I call it, from say like some black African, black Brazilians, females. You having a white Brazilian wife, would you say you have experienced, you've seen, you felt some of these stares from the black African sisters, Brazilian sisters, that see you, and they may look at you some way, like, why is he with her? Or why
Oh,
not
that's a good
a
question. That's a good question.
why not a African?
My
Why not a black
yes,
Brazilian? Have you felt that gaze, those stares, shed some light on that?
my
Right. That's a good
ex-wife,
question.
my ex-wife consider herself to be black, but I don't consider her to be black though because she looks Indian and and all that. She doesn't look black, but she says
But then
she's
again, you
black.
don't
And we
consider
call her
Beyonce
black.
black, so I'm gonna discount you on that one.
Yeah, she looks black and she says she's a black, and everybody calls her black, so she believes it that she's a black. So after our divorce and whatever, and she saw me with a whole lot of females, and she was like, "So now you are only going for white people."
Ooh.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's common and ordinary here for
Yeah,
the
but
ones
you
who feel black.
that's not a good representation, because she already has a chip on. She would already have, some animosity, just for the mere fact that you guys, divorced, you went your separate ways. But I'm talking about, like, just you're just in a mall, you're in the street, you're
Right.
at this, and
When you was at
you
Rio,
see
when you was
stuff.
at Rio, especially because I noticed a lot of
Yeah,
black people in that video in Rio. A lot of black people, not
a lot
two
of,
or
like, when
one, a
the
lot.
black Brazilians, yeah, when they see you, you don't feel like, I'm talking about the females, of course. You don't feel like they may, when you're with your wife, that is your wife right now. They don't
Yeah,
you don't you must have, noticed them looking at you kind
some
of
kind of way.
hot, in a bit of hostility, because you're with a white.
That you get that a lot, not only in Brazil, but in Portugal. Even my wife herself will tell you.
Because when I seen you in Rio,
Yeah,
I
you
noticed.
get
Let,
so
let me
much
let me let me make
hostility.
this one clear. When I seen you in
Yeah,
Rio with those videos, I noticed there was a lot of black people in that little market in comparison to in Brasilia. I'm like, oh,
Brasilia.
okay, this is where the Negroes are at. I was thinking in my mind, that's where I need to be at. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that's a good question that Prodigy presented to you. I know the guy, the dreads, had a statement though
yeah,
before
it is
he
true.
appeared.
It is actually true. Like when you are with the white woman or with a different race, you get that state. Not only white women, okay. Uh, Even when you are with the mixed people, because like I said, there are some mixed people. You see that they are mixed for real. You understand? Yeah. And you get that kind of looks from a black woman who looks like you. Like, for instance, when we are in a mall and the black women, they see us, they look at us some kind of way, like, you understand. Especially
Yeah,
we are with two kids,
yeah,
like I am with one, she's carrying one, and they be like, oh, hey, what is going on? Like you get that kind of look.
yeah.
You understand? But this doesn't only happen in Brazil. You understand? The Portuguese speaking black people, they are weird. You understand? If you have been to Portugal, you understand what I'm saying too as well. If maybe
Yeah.
you have hung around, yeah, because I was in Portugal with my wife. We get
España.
like, yes, they let you know that you are the problem. You understand? Normally they won't let me know that I'm a problem. They look at my wife and then let them know that she's the problem. Like,
Oh my
you
goodness.
understand what I'm saying? So I remember we were in Lisbon and we were going to a
Black man never
place.
wins.
I think I have a video of it, but we were going to in Lisbon, where most people like to visit. Like when you come on tour, you come to Lisbon. This particular place is iconic place where people like to go a lot. So we wanted to pick a bus, and because of this, we didn't even pick the bus anymore. We walked because there were a lot of our people in the bus, and then
Yeah,
they were all like like pushing the neck, like they want to see what's going on, and with some faces, weird faces, like they give you that tag face, and stuff like that. And my wife was like, okay, no problem. Then we can even walk. We shouldn't pick this bus because she feels that there will be a problem.
mm. And that's what I was saying at the beginning of the call.
Yes.
You know why? You know why that is, right, Supreme Leader? You know why that is? Why you get, those kind of looks? Like I was telling Brian when I first came on the call that, I noticed it even when I was single when I first started coming here. When I first landed and I'm, visiting, I noticed those stares right off the bat. And like I was saying that my belief, from my perspective, and also from, they like some of these Black Brazilian sisters, they open up to you later, because I was a single guy. So at some point, you start talking, and they seeing you around, Copacabana and stuff like that, and then they start to like talk, and if you can have a dialogue, whether in English or some Portuguese, they start sharing with you their initial impressions about you as a Black man, especially as a foreign Black man. And like I was saying that they were saying, because they felt that they see a lot of Black guys coming to visit, and all they're going for is the white Brazilian.
Yes. So like I said, you can.
Is it mainly Black guys from America or Black guys everywhere? I'm just curious.
Everywhere, but mostly they care about they kind of lump us all into Americans. So they're not distinguishing, you're Canadian, or they're just mostly if they're going to distinguish, they'll say, oh, you're from Europe, you're a European Black, but otherwise you're African American, like from the States, Black.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, the guy with the dreads has something to say. We wanted to know what.
Man.
Oh, me? Oh, thank you.
You. I mean, with the dreads.
First of all, is it dreads? Yeah.
I just don't care.
Locks. It's locks.
It's locks because I got yelled at. So I just said locks.
Okay. The dread is
So is it offensive? Is it? I honestly don't know. Like, is it now considered inappropriate to?
It's offensive to me. I never took offense, but then again, I don't know exactly.
But what about from the community of Rastafarians?
She was the first one, and I spent a whole week with her, and I got tired of hearing it. so it was a whole thing, and it's, oh my God, it was the funniest thing. No, but I'm okay. I'll survive. I don't really allow. For me, when words are used, especially things, it's the intention behind it.
It's exactly right. Exactly.
Like, so I don't feel like you calling it dreads out of malice. It's just because that's what you call them. So there's no. If I knew you were a person that hated dreads and called them trash and then called them, I don't know how to really. You understand? So that's a small conversation.
Does the community feel the same way though? Like other.
I just like long hair and I don't want an afro. I'm not paying no $30 every time to get it cut. My hair was growing so fast, and I was like, I'm very stingy with my money. Got 2 cents. I'm trying to make it 4. So
you had something to say before that, prior to you interrupting the computer. So
I don't really recall what I was going to say. But I did have something to say in regards to the Portugal situation. I was with a more sunscreening needed individual when I was over there, and there was a lot of looks. And I think part of it, even in the States, actually, I have that now that I'm older and mature and got a job and have been to jail and don't have like 3 baby mamas. There's because a lot of women I won't say are women, but African American women, Black women, feel as though there are very few good guys that are husband material and partner material, and to know you as an individual and to see you as a person that is okay looking, making good money and things like that, and going to another community, I think that takes offense, as though that person is stealing from them, and also that I am a traitor in a sense. That's what I've been hearing from them. I tell them this: look, I date who I date based on who do the things that I do. I like hiking a lot, and do you know where I find the woods? White girls. It's just, but
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
you know,
true.
they won't accept it because I don't know if you've watched some of a video that I did comparison with our African sisters and the Western women. I did some videos about that, and I had a lot of those kind of comments. Ah, you are a traitor, you are a sellout, But the thing is, you go with what you feel comfortable with.
true.
You understand? You cannot. Yeah, you don't do things for somebody.
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean that makes a lot of sense because again, like even when I go back, what I said earlier is that there was somewhat of a bias where I prefer a lighter skinned individual again for my kid, but me personally, without worldly influence, I prefer black women. It is so surprising when I tell black women that because they was like, dude, we see you with white women. I'm like, I'm not dating white women for the most part now. Well, back then probably most, but now it's primarily because those are the people doing the things that I'm doing. I'm always traveling. I'm always doing this. I'm always hiking. I'm always doing all these things. So who I find within that community of my activities, that is who, like a doctor has a higher chance of dating a doctor or from somebody in the medical field and things of that sense, because that's within their community and the things that they do. And then if I see a black girl, it's like when I go to Brazil, black woman. I saw one girl you were talking to. I was trying to find her so I can help you set it up for me, but couldn't find it.
He doesn't do
well,
setups. He keeps saying he doesn't do setups.
Yes, well, I actually because I look at the choices. Like
I'll set you up.
yes, because if I should maybe get you a lady, for example, and maybe you guys start having problems, I'm going to be the one
The blame.
to be blamed. So I try because I had a lot of people who just wanted me to help them through. All I say is get your own woman, and if you want me to do some translation and talk to her and maybe add some little bit salt and sugar and spices, I can do that. But you have to be the one to get it. If you get it and you call
They
me,
can sign a waiver, bro. They can sign a waiver.
you understand? So if you get a woman, you call me and say, "Oh, Supreme, I want you to help me with this conversation. I wanted you to tell her this. You are the one who look for it. So in this situation, I can simply do what? I can simply help you talk to her and then let her understand what you are really looking for. You understand? So it is always like that. But the thing is, a lot of people really wanted me to, like look for the women for them. You understand?
No,
But
but can I make a suggestion? And you see this in a ton of other videos, YouTube podcasts and vlogs, is that when they interview the girl, and what girl doesn't want her little bit of publicity and shine, is they always put the girl or the women's what do you call it, social media in the bio link of the video, so that
idea.
If whatever they get, whatever the women end up getting, it's not the video, the owner of the channel's problem. It's just he's just like, hey, this is her information. She's obviously giving consent, because she's trying to grow her following, or she's trying to meet somebody, whatever the case may be. And there you go.
Yeah, so what I do is when I'm going to interview the girls, I first ask them if I can share their handles or something. You understand? But majority, what they say is, I don't speak English, and also the person is not even close to me, and blah blah blah. I try to even talk to them like, oh, maybe the person can fly over and then come and stuff like that. All they say is, no, you just have to wait and then maybe talk to the person for a while. For me, then if it's possible, then I will tell you to give out your handle. So because of this, majority do that. Majority of the girls I do interview are like that. So because of that, I don't even ask anymore. I just like people send me message. Can you ask that lady over there if I can get her contact and stuff like that. I do. Like I call them and then I do, and they be like, no, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. You understand? But I believe if they are physically, like you are in front of me, you understand, like you are with me, the approach is going to be different. I can just, like leave you guys to do your thing. You understand? But me, I don't like to get involved so much into relationship. I can always help like with the translation side and stuff, but to get
Let me
involved,
just let all the brothers who are watching, who are on the panel, who
yeah,
are planning on visiting,
so,
or thinking about visit. Let me just let y'all know, there's no shortage. There is no shortage.
at all.
When you get here, I mean, if you're planning on going to Rio, trust me, before you step out of the airport, your neck will be turning left, right, left, right, left, right. Before you step out the damn airport, I'm telling you, okay, trust me. There's no shortage. There's no shortage in the whole country for one. But if you're going to most brothers, I think about 80% of brothers who are planning to visit Brazil, they think of Rio de Janeiro initially. They think of Copacabana, what have you, by Tijuca, those kind of spots. And I'm just gonna let you know, you don't need a setup. You don't need to set up a setup or nothing. When you get here, you're the prize. You're the prize, and there's no shortage of options and what have you. So just get your passport, get your funds, and just make the trip down. I mean, and for all the stuff on the news and the media too, I was one. Supreme Leader will tell you, I was on his case, like, yo, what about this? What about this? These numbers here, and what they're saying about the bug. And when you get out here, it's completely different. I can't believe how different it is. Like people, it's like he said, people are just going about living their lives. First of all, you know what I mean? I mean, they're being cautious, wearing their mask and all that stuff. You go into a mall, you go into a store, restaurant, they got the hand sanitizer, the alcohol provided for you. Um, Other than that, I talk to people, Uber drivers, whatnot. Hey, you thinking about getting the vaccine? They're like, yeah. They're like, yeah. Oh yeah. Are you? And I'm like, yeah, I got one. And like, so there's no reservations. There's no like, maybe a lot of people don't want to get it because of, they're like, nah. They're like, oh yeah, they definitely want to get it. So, there's none of this like mentality, like say in the West, like, oh, there's this conspiracy of, I don't want to take the vaccine. I don't want to take the vaccine. I mean, sure, there's people that maybe are opposed to it, but the majority of people that I've met, that I've talked, oh yeah, I got mine. Oh yeah, I'm waiting for my turn, for my age group to go get mine. Yeah. And the biggest thing of all is people are just going about living their lives, man. Places are restaurants and businesses, they're open. There's not a whole like ton of people like out driving and stuff like that. I mean, people that can afford to stay home or staying home and doing what they have to do. But businesses, malls, man, they're just buzzing. They're just going about their lives, man. You watch the news, at least from where I'm at, and they're showing numbers of people increasing, of the people that are getting the vaccines and things like that. So they're reporting on that stuff. But all the stuff I was seeing in the media before I came over, it's not like that. It's not
like the movie City of God.
No.
Yeah,
No.
when you say this, people don't believe you, until, because I had a whole lot of viewers who didn't believe me until they came here.
Right.
One of my viewers is Mike C. Mike C was like that, and when he came, he was like, "Wow, Supreme!" So all you said was true. Like every single thing we see on the TV, about Brazil, blah blah blah. It is actually not what it is here. And I said, yeah. And Mike C went to Brazil, I think 2 or 3 times.
Right.
And I remember Brian was like, oh, no, on the media says things. I said, Brian, I said, no, Prodigy. I was like, Prodigy, have you been to Brazil? Yes, I've been to Brazil, but I said, come and then sit here in Brazil. And Prodigy was like, okay, I'm packing off.
Now, one question I have to ask the guy over here from Dubai. Do you plan on moving to Brazil too? I'm just curious.
You're talking about me?
Yeah. I don't know if you live in Dubai or UAE or
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But I was just saying, even Prodigy. I don't know. The name is Prodigy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The time you were talking about the COVID vaccine, I just made an appointment for taking the vaccine, and the time you are talking about taking the vaccine in Brazil, and they just sent me the SMS with the reference and the date I should go to take the vaccine.
in
just
Brazil?
Here right now. No. Here in Egypt.
Oh,
yeah, I'm in Egypt.
Oh, you're in Egypt?
Here right now. Yeah, I'm in Egypt.
What part of Egypt you in? Are you in Cairo? You in Luxor? You in Aswan? Or you are?
No, I'm in Cairo. No, I'm in Cairo.
Have you been south, like the Luxor and all that? I love that place.
No, I've been to Aswan just once. Yeah, Abu Simbel and Aswan.
Yeah, I've been in Abu Simbel, Aswan. I've been to Luxor. I like Luxor, though. I like Luxor. It was great.
Luxor, I've been there, and I'm planning to go to Brazil, but just for study purposes. And I even applied. What I was telling you, Supreme Leader, to the last live chat audio.
Yeah.
I applied for the university in Rio de Janeiro. It's a Catholic university. The name is the Pontifical, and I already reunited all my papers, and I even did the wire transfer to the bank of the university today, and I sent them the papers, and I'm about to take the vaccine tomorrow, and and then they will send me the invitation letter, and later on I will apply for the visa to the Brazilian embassy. Yeah, I think that's gonna be in December or January. Yeah.
Now, I have a question on
that. What?
Since you live in Egypt, keep on answer the question. Since you leave, because I've been to Egypt several times and have friends in there, but I have questions about it. Since you live there, like on a day-to-day basis.
I mean, I didn't get you.
No, I'm asking you a question about Egypt. Since you live there in a day-to-day basis, you live there for I don't know how many years. Because I've been in Egypt
2 years now. 2 years for 2 years and 4 months now.
Okay. I have a question now about that.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Keep on.
Hey, just make sure you get both doses.
You have a question for me here on the live, or
after you finish, answering, talking. Yeah.
No. I obviously I finished. I was just saying about the Prodigy, saying about the COVID vaccine, taking the COVID vaccine, and immediately they sent me the SMS with the reference for going to take for my first dose, because the university they just
Make sure you get both before you make the trip. You're going to get both doses before you come over to Brazil.
Yes.
So is there 2 doses? I didn't know about it.
Yeah, you do. I mean, it depends on which one you get. I don't know what they have in Egypt. I know.
This is the same Pfizer. Yeah,
we have Pfizer, and we also have Moderna, and you have to get 2 doses.
All right. Well,
yeah, if you get one, it's like as if you got nothing. The airports and all that stuff.
Yes, guys, try and get the vaccine. I was skeptical about it before I took my, but I'll still take another one because I will be going to USA, Canada, and maybe Greenland. I'm planning for that trip. Hopefully, maybe next year. I'm sure about that because now borders are open for Brazilians to travel around the North Americas. So most definitely, you guys might see me in the US for maybe 4 days before I go to Canada. So let's see and plan another fantastic topic for tomorrow because I think we have spent 3 hours, right?
3
3 hours and 4 minutes.
Yeah, so,
but before Supreme Leader, I would like to hear from Brother Brian, and he had some question for me.
No, I mean, the brother that doesn't let me know this topic is about Brazil, but it's not about Egypt. So,
so if I could, so when you guys were talking, I'm like, look, let me just try to book my flight for Brazil next week.
For real?
I want to ask
Seriously?
I was supposed to go today, but I had to change it. So then these tickets went crazy.
It's crazy.
How much does it cost?
From so what's October, right? So it would be November. So I can leave the 4th. I'm just gonna put back. I'm coming back on that Tuesday. I never do. I always say that. 1,500.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot.
That's a lot. You think it's
1,500
holidays? You think it's because of the holidays coming or what?
I don't
know. Wait.
Let me see one.
No, you could find cheaper. I just made a run to Canada and back week before last.
What do you mean?
Like I just went to Canada from Brazil and came back to Brazil week before last. Like coming back, I paid. I found one for $750, but that's Canadian. $750 Canadian. Well, but that was just one way. That was one way because I'm moving here, right?
Yeah, Prodigy went to Canada without bringing me headphones. Okay, it's another big problem. We are going to solve this problem.
Now, I want to ask the brother from that live in Egypt. I was wondering, do you notice any differences between? Because I've been to Egypt myself several times. Between Egypt, who look more Arab, versus Egyptians who look more Ethiopia or Northern Sudanese or whatnot, is there any type of differences among the populations there?
Yeah, there is a lot of kind of difference among the population. Like I said, there is the Arabs. The Arabs, the real Arabs, and there is the mixed one from English people, the Spanish. They have been here. Right. So you can say some of them don't really look like yellow. They don't really look like, and there are some of them blacks like me. Like if I say like me, maybe you cannot see me, but black like Supreme Leader.
Yeah, like me. Yeah.
Yeah. Just there are those kind of people here. They are from Aswan. No, just like I said, the real Egyptians, they are black.
Right. What I'm saying is in regards to, because I've been to Egypt myself, like I've been in Luxor, a lot of people look like Somalis, Ethiopians, and Eritreans. And I'm wondering, is there like a difference as far as how the way people treat each other there? Or, you know what I mean? As far as we was talking about the case in Brazil and the United States. Because when I was in Egypt, I didn't notice any of that.
They are discriminated. There are so many discrimination. This is between the government and I don't know how to say that in English. The people, the autochthone people. I don't know if that's word fit.
Right, because I guess the military people was he recently died. He was from the southern Egypt, brown Egyptian, or he could be any Somali or Northern Sudanese. And for me, when I looked at it, they kind of a little bit more integrated than I would say in some place like Brazil, or you see their representation on TV.
Yeah, you told me you have been to Aswan, right?
I've been to Aswan and also been
to
Luxor.
Guys.
Yeah.
Yes. So guys, let's
the Supreme Leader is
let's try and then wrap up so that we can prepare another topic for tomorrow. Prodigy is simply asking, what time are you thinking of making the conversation for tomorrow, Saturday? Hopefully, I think it's going to be the same time, because what I'm going to be doing tomorrow is normally my kids go to sleep at around 7, so most definitely around 7:45 Brazilian time That is, but I'm going to notify each and every single person on the group. I'm going to put it on the group and
What's
then
going to be the
let you
topic of
guys
that
know.
conversation?
The super
We
leader,
have to
just
plan that
notify.
together.
Okay, notify 30 minutes before, please. 30
Yes,
minutes before.
yes, I'm going
Or
to
even
notify.
1 hour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1 hour, 1 hour,
1 hour and 30
ahead of
minutes.
time. Yes.
Yeah.
And guys, don't forget, if you are coming to Brazil, please, my headphones and microphones. I need headphones and microphones, guys.
You want this
Because-
one? Hold up, let me show you.
Is it a wireless? Is it a wireless?
There is no headphone in Brazil. You
Wait,
mean?
microphone?
Yeah, microphone for my, because I use my phone for what do you call it? I want a microphone which I can connect, wireless microphone which I can connect to my phone for the recordings. I don't know if
for his
What do you mean?
interviews.
You want to
For
record
the
people?
interviews.
yeah, when I'm recording, like the interviews that I do with the ladies, for example, I want.
Hold up.
Yeah, I will be very happy if I have something like that because these things are very important. The microphone and then the headphone.
What was that headphones that
Look
you
at
said
my
you were looking
headphone.
for?
You see the
No,
headphone?
you wasn't looking for that one. It was something else that was more like cordless.
You want
Yes.
this equipment?
Is it possible to connect to what do you call it? To a cell phone?
Well, this just it records everything into itself. It's pretty cool. It just sits in here. But I have this, which would be better. Hold up. Also, I have this thing if you want it. If you want this, you can have it. Hold up. Wait, why is it? Am I?
Super. I think you can get a GoPro camera, right?
Yeah, I really wanted to change my cell phone. Like I wanted to change.
No, a GoPro.
my
I mean a GoPro, not a cell phone. A GoPro
Yeah,
camera.
I know about somebody. I remember one of my viewer who wanted
You can buy it on Amazon.
GoPro.
Or
Yes,
just you can purchase.
Here the problem is very expensive when you are going to buy something and then you are going to receive it. It's expensive. That is why I prefer telling people to bring it. You understand?
I even heard jeans are expensive in Brazil, and I thought that was crazy.
Yes, it's crazy expensive.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Like for
Jeans
example,
so cheap here, so cheap you could.
Yes, like for example,
nothing.
headphones.
Yeah.
Like for example, the headphone that I wanted was what do you call it? The human headphones. We don't have it here. And the second, if I don't have that one, I was looking at Bose 45, right? Bose Comfort. Yeah, Bose Comfort 45. I don't know, something like that. And it's crazy expensive out here. I cannot buy something like that with that kind of price. It's like 2-3 times the regular price that you buy in the US. So that is why I'm planning to go to Miami to buy everything that I need because it's just crazy expensive.
You go to New Orleans, I'll meet you there if you go to New Orleans.
Yeah, I'll be going. Because of the vampires, I'll be going to New Orleans. I told you, I have to go to New Orleans and then see the vampires. And guys, if you are coming to Brazil, there is 2 things that I want. It's either wireless microphone that I can connect to my cell phone because I don't use a camera. I use my phone to do vlogs. And the other thing is headphones, headphones. Yeah.
Let me show you a couple things you might be interested in. I just pretty much.
Oh, that would be great. That would be great.
You know what this is?
Oh yeah, it's Osmo, right? For videos.
Yeah, 4K. You can have that if you want it.
Man, if I can have that, I would be great because I use my phone.
A man who knows about technology but do not believe in space travel. Amazing.
I don't believe in space travel.
I said, "Oh my God!"
It is a lie, Prodigy. Do you believe in space travel? Do you believe it?
We're talking about like literally traveling through space.
Yes. Do you believe
people going out in space? What recently happened? Let's say I don't know if you follow the news with Jeff Bezos and all that type of stuff. And
man, it's a lie. They say the Earth is round. It's a lie. If the Earth is round, Why don't
what's your take? Let me Prodigy. What is your take on that? Do you believe that happened recently, or if it's some type of Hollywood studio?
So sorry, what happened recently again?
You know the guy William Shatner from Star Trek.
Yeah.
Okay, he recently went to space under Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos' spaceship Amazon.
Right.
Recently, about a couple of days, about a week and a half ago, along with I think it was untrained astronauts on what they call Inspirations 4 on SpaceX, and they went higher than the International Space Station, higher than the Hubble telescope, and they went around the Earth like 3 rotations, for like 3 days. Do you believe that happened, or you believe that was a Hollywood studio?
I believe. Okay, well, I believe it's possible. Yes, I believe absolutely space travel is possible.
I mean, do you believe that those events?
But do I believe those events specifically that recently happened? Jeff Bezos owns the space station.
No, he owns a company called I guess you didn't follow it. Blue Origin.
No. That's the other guy.
No. Jeff Bezos is Blue Origin. He owned a company called Blue Origin. Right. No, that's Elon Musk with SpaceX.
Yeah.
He sent out from his company. You can look on TV. He went out in space in July, but on the edge of space, the Kármán line, and also he also took the famous actor William Shatner, who played on Star Trek, to space, and he's 90 years old recently. Let's see, SpaceX, or Elon Musk's company, sent civilian people to space recently that went higher than the International Space Station and higher than the Hubble telescope, like about close to 500 or 400 something miles. And they circled the Earth for 3 days and came back around September 18th.
Wow. I guess, I would lean towards, I believe that. I believe it's possible. I believe it happened because I believe space travel is possible. It's been possible, and the Earth is round. I believe all of that. Absolutely.
Now, do you believe we have an International Space Station that they send astronauts to? Supreme Leader don't believe that.
Look, it's
I don't believe that.
It's a story. It's actually
what? What did you say, young man from Dubai? The guy from Egypt. I mean, Egypt. Miss.
Yeah. Miss. I said I don't believe it too, but
you don't believe it.
Right, I don't believe in that shit. Nah.
Yo, the person that we're talking about
space launches, but it's all good.
Believing in that is believing that the aliens are on Earth. It's just something like that. It's those two
Now, do you believe in flying on a plane?
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, because I did.
I think
I
think this topic is going to be interesting, and I'm sure a lot of people would like to join this conversation. But like I said, we have to prepare this for tomorrow because.
All right, I have a good.
Yes, but I want to remember you guys. Don't forget to bring my headphones.
How do the dreads what the guy in the dreads feel about that? I just wanted to know.
About what?
The whole space travel thing. Is it real or not real?
I'm just trying to go to Brazil. They can figure that out.
My man.
I hear that, my brother. I hear
that. My man.
Yeah.
My man.
That's gonna be the beginning of the topic of tomorrow. Yeah, that's gonna be the beginning of tomorrow.
I'll be grateful if
I just want to go to Brazil. That's the topic right there.
Prodigy, are you in Brazil, right? Or
man.
Message on Telegram.
All right, sir.
On video on Telegram. Then you can send me some pictures of.
Look at this. You see all that? Those are drones.
Yeah.
I don't even use them. So let me know.
I don't know how to use drones.
You like a programmer. You like a software engineer.
I don't even know how to use drums.
The guys in Canada. I don't know the name.
Prodigy.
No, not Prodigy.
Oh no, he's from
the dog. He looks like a software engineer.
He's from the US.
See ya.
Yes. Yeah, so guys, look, let's plan this space travel thing tomorrow and bring your thoughts so that we can kill this topic, because I know very well that a lot of people have a lot to say about this
Guys, look,
space travel team.
plan this space travel team tomorrow. And
So guys,
All right.
don't forget to share the channel, give the channel some time back,
very well that
and click the bell button if you are new on this channel. I love you guys, and tomorrow get ready to be part of it.
All right, take care, guys.
Bye.
All right.
All right.
Bye. Take it easy, brothers. Till tomorrow.